Laredo, take us out.
Take her out.
All right. Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Geek out with us live where the nerdiness will thrive. Buckle up and let's go off-world. Toys, comics, pop culture news, movies and so much more. Matthew, Jesse, Curtis, and Sean are your guides on this fun-filled tour. Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go off-world tonight.
Ooh, chew. It is Friday. It is OffWorld. Everybody else is on their way to IshCon, having fun, seeing cool stuff, hanging out with the horsemen. But not to be outdone, we're here to have BitchCon. So
Damn right.
Yes.
yeah,
Ready
So
for the bitching.
I've got some wonderful folks here with me, and we're going to complain about IshCon. We're going to complain about the people going to IshCon. We're going to complain about us not being able to go to IshCon. We're going to find all kinds of things to complain about. So, Joe, how you doing tonight, sir?
Fantastic. I am
horrible,
thrilled
horrible.
to be
We're
here.
gonna complain.
What's that?
You're horrible. We're going to complain tonight. We're not fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's against my nature. I mean, stupid cons, stupid shows on the YouTubes, dumb stuff everywhere. Let's say dumb things about dumb stuff.
I was not prepared for Joe to say cunt. Okay. Ryan, how you doing, sir?
Just fucking awful, man. My feet hurt. I had to work today. I had to make money. This is all bullshit. And then
you didn't
I got to
get
see.
IshCon?
Yeah, I got to see all the beautiful faces driving down to IshCon. I'm not jealous at all.
Yeah, and getting their Bowberry stuffs and everything and hanging out with Jeremy and the Four Horsemen. That's how you doing, sir?
Fucking pissed.
Yeah, it's
Just-
terrible.
Man, sitting here working all week, kind of getting excited, looking for the weekend. And it's IshCon.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not where I'm supposed to fucking be right now.
Yeah. Well, we got another person that's going to join us. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he's as angry as us. Anthony Houseal, how you doing, sir?
God damn it.
That's the right attitude.
That's right. Man,
What's going on? Why are we here
know,
tonight?
man.
Why are we not at IshCon?
it's terrible, man. We had a week where everybody's talking about skeletons of all things, right? You know, not
in my hand right
dwarves
now.
or barbarians or anything cool. They're talking about skeletons. Then everybody's going to go down for a fantastic con, and we're just stuck here. So it's terrible. I don't know, man. Don't know what to do. We're going to try to do our best to have some fun.
This is shooting the shelf, right?
No, this is OffWorld.
Oh,
Yeah, you would know if it was shooting the shelf.
How does
because-
this work?
Yeah, if it was shooting the shelf, Joe wouldn't be here because he would be on a competing show at the same time. That's what Joe does during shooting the shelf. So
Yeah, Curtis can't even get that right. I'm not on the show on Sundays. I don't.
no, you were.
And
this
I
past
complain
week.
about Curtis not knowing
you
even
were
when I'm
this
on
past
shows.
week. You were on Brick Show live at the same time as me and Jesse,
That one
competing with us
time.
for ratings, taking our people.
Wow, that's almost as bitter as everyone being at IshCon and not us.
It's been a terrible week, I'm telling you.
Wow.
I put in for my gold
both
Superman from San Diego Comic-Con. I didn't get it. So I did get a couple Wonkas though. A couple of chocolate
Rough time.
Wonkas. I haven't
Did you?
come in yet, but
Awesome.
yeah.
Here's hoping you get the gold one, man.
I actually like the chocolate one better. I got 2 just in case I got the gold one because I'm hoping to get the chocolate one. But the gold one would be cool
If you got both
ticket.
gold.
Yeah, I would probably sell the gold if I got it. Honestly,
Get the gold one, break it in half.
it is from Super 7.
Straight
So
on live.
right.
Rip it in half. Brian Flynn, you son of a.
that's right. That's right. I'll have Joe call him a cunt.
I said con. I didn't
Oh, I
say
thought
that
you said-
word.
You said
Yeah.
What?
It was
What the
con.
heck are you talking
Okay.
about, Curtis?
All right.
He just threw that
Um,
tea back on there so he could throw shit later.
Well,
Don't put those profanities in my mouth. Keep your profanities out your mouth.
your effing mouth.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with some pickups for the week. Joe, I know you picked up at least one thing because you were just
Oh,
talking to us about it. So
yeah.
let's see what you got.
Dun, dun,
Haven't
dun.
even taken it out of the package, huh?
Nope, not yet. Unfortunately, I work today too, so I just got
You
got
know
a
where
little
skeletons
bit for
go.
you. What's that?
You know where skeletons go?
Where
Right
do
in the
they go?
garbage.
In the trash.
Right there, right in the garbage. Per Anthony Houseel.
And this one's
I'm
so
a-
spiffy and new. Maybe after a while, right?
It does look fun.
He's gonna come. Yeah. So yeah, I was pretty excited. I actually haven't gotten mine yet. A local friend of mine ordered some and texted me excited today, and I was like, dude, let me have one.
Nice.
And I'll give you one when I get mine. So he actually let me take one just so that I'd have something.
Joe,
Shit
did you
on
order?
this.
Did you order something else with your skeletons?
I did quite a bit else yet. Well, I not quite a bit, but I got like 2 swigs. The skeleton man. What is it?
Skullman.
Skullman. There it is.
Man.
So hard to remember
Had I
name.
known that they were going to
Um,
ship the skeletons only first, I would have placed an order for the full skellies and then went back for the other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But-
I have a mouse pad that's holding my skeletons hostage.
That sucks. You had to throw the one mouse pad in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty patient actually. I don't mind waiting for them. Everything is of course worth waiting for, so I didn't
I
mind
was
waiting,
okay
but
with waiting until I saw that the skeleton you can make them finger things. So
you can
he's
you
got
can
that pointer.
you can pick your nose and you can
Yeah.
pick your friends.
Maybe
but
he
you
can
shouldn't
do
pick
a,
your friend's nose. So
You can do a Instagram reel now.
Yeah. You can have it do a Brian Burke over here and there and over there. Somewhere. Anything else, Joe?
no, that was it.
Okay.
I got a cape for my swig. So
Nice.
Nice.
I'm playing around with that right now off of eBay. I got a good deal on it, so giving it a shot. I like to, since I have so many swigs, trying to get some variety in there. So
I did finish my swig this week, so I got mine. For
oh
the
man,
1,000
that one's
swigs.
dope.
swig.
You did such a good
Nice.
job.
Thank you.
As soon as I saw it, I was irritated. I was like, way to make me look bad, Curtis, with all my popping sauce, man. Yeah,
That wasn't my
appreciate
intent. But for anybody listening out there, if you're going to Legions Con, make sure you bring your swig, whether it's just a standard one right out of the package, or if you pop and swap or do some painting or whatever, make sure you bring your swig so that we can get 1,000 of them there.
1,000
Um,
swigs.
Should be a lot of fun. I know Joe's bringing like 500 himself. So
I'm making 500. I'm just going to bring one. But thanks to Terrence St. John for that idea.
Yep.
That was Terrence's thing, and what a great idea. I'm loving it. Even if he did make it harder for me to get swigs at a good price.
let's real quick before I go to Ryan, just take a look at who's in the chat here. We got Amber Gonzalez out there at Collectible Fun. We got Santos, Drunk Gizmo Customs, Rob Zamora, and then all of us. So I was hoping that we would actually have more people on the screen than in the chat, but we're not quite there yet.
Yeah,
Ryan,
the way we go, we might chase them off. So.
right. Ryan, you got any pickups for the week?
Yes, I do. So I'll start with this guy right here.
Holy moly.
It's from the company that pissed quite a few people off.
Shall not be named.
Yes, that's why I didn't say it. But
is
I do
this
like the figure.
premium DNA? Is that what it is?
Yeah. General
Gotcha.
Vermin.
And what is the line?
Battletoads.
Battletoads.
Oh, this is from the Battletoads. Gotcha.
Yeah, and this is
Man, that thing's
the
huge.
color variant. Yeah, it's fucking monstrosity. It's heavy as shit too.
That's bigger than Amber. Holy cow.
Then I got Captain Boomerang,
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice.
the gold color, whatever. McFarlane. The only downside is that the jacket isn't wired.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a
But still
It's not
nice
bad,
soft
though.
goods for a
Yeah.
McFarlane figure. How much was that?
30, I believe.
You find it in the store or you had to buy it separately?
Yeah, I found it at a Target.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Yeah, not near me. It was you know
is
where
it
the
the Chris-
Neshaminy Mall is?
Oh yeah.
There's a Target right across the street. I found it there.
Okay. That whole Bucks County area down there, that's a hotbed.
Yeah.
That's where Pat Boyle works down in the Ollies down there, and it's just Scalper City. Like it's just he gets the good stuff, but it's just always picked over.
You got Jesse in
Yeah.
here talking shit
Right.
while he's at IshCon.
It's all right. I got him, Curtis. Just look down
Yeah.
a little further in the chat. I got him.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh, what do we got here?
Ooh,
Kaiju number 8,
Kaiju. Yes.
SH Figure Arts.
How are you
That's
liking
cool.
that one, by the way?
I haven't gotten to fully mess with it just because I got so much in, but dude, it is not hindered at all.
Figure arts,
Nothing,
man.
you can actually see
Uh,
it. Yeah.
Good
Drunk
stuff.
Gizmo says Target is actually stocked at the moment. I went to a Target today, and in the aisle where the DC stuff is supposed to be, I would say 70% of it was completely empty. Like there was nothing on pegs. So I don't know what you're talking about, but definitely not happening around here. So
Same.
yeah. Guay, sorry you missed the intro. Maybe we'll play it later. I don't know. Jesse's not here, so we can do that.
Wait, who's in the chat now?
I don't know. Can you read this name for me right here?
Gasgue Echevarria.
Wow, that was amazing. That was really good.
Can't pull better than me. Piss off.
I don't know, man. Kent Pools is pretty good. Edge away. Anything else, Ryan?
Yes.
Ooh.
I got lightheaded.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
Oh man, I
love that.
love the wolf armor on that.
And it's wired cape too, which is nice. It's
Oh,
so
even
much
better.
better than the Black Swordsman release that just recently came out.
How does he do holding the sword up like on its own?
It's
I see you got a
still-
kind of prop back there.
Like that's just holding it straight up.
Okay.
But it's
Nope.
Yep.
still kind
That's what I was waiting for.
way
Yeah.
heavier than gold.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
such
we
a good
missed-
looking figure though.
Probably my favorite pickup. Not gonna
Oh,
lie.
boy.
Jada Toys Mega Man. They
Oh, cool.
absolutely killed it.
That was
Jada
also in
Toys.
stores
Oh, wow.
that you got.
Killing it now.
Say it
You found
again?
that in a store too.
No, I ordered this on
Oh, okay.
BBTS.
Gotcha.
$20. It's
That's awesome.
so worth it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jada Toys is just further and further impressing. Like for a company that's known for die cast cars, who would have thought they could make action figures? And like in the last
And for the
2
price
years.
point too. Like
Yeah.
You're talking 20-25 bucks a figure. Like
Yeah.
it's beautiful, man. Beautiful. That's where I feel like retail should be, and their quality is way beyond what we're getting from Mattel and Hasbro. Like it's ridiculous.
Rob says some Targets are starting to put McFarlane gold labels in the back with the collector stuff as opposed to regular toy aisle. Interesting.
That's where Boomerang was.
Interesting. Okay.
Does this boomerangs come out of the bandolier?
No, the 3 stay in there, and then it comes with 2 extra ones.
Gotcha. Hey, you know what you call a boomerang that doesn't come back to you?
The
A
stick.
Anything else, Ryan?
No, that was it.
All right. We'll throw Oz up here. Oz, what you got for us?
Oh man, we're gonna be here all night. I had a big week.
That's fine. I got one thing, so
I got 2 boners. They popped up today.
Ooh, nice.
Gotta love them. I'm gonna whip one out while we're live tonight because I can't not. I've been waiting a long
you got to play with your boner for sure.
I gotta whip out my boner while we're live.
They got new twisty ties too. They're thinner ones.
Ooh, nice. Got some regular Hagnon goodness here to go with my blue Hagnon. So excited that came in. I got Alithia, but she came in this weird packaging. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's not her.
I really thought.
I think that's a different
she looks
vampire.
a little off.
Mr. Alithia.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of Jada Toys, I got some Count Chocula goodness. I'm gonna be opening that up. It's gonna go with my Boo Berry.
Nice. Where's the
love
Frankenberry? That's the best one.
That's the one that I'm missing right now. I still got to pick that one up, but definitely going to be getting them.
Yeah.
So I did get Alithia, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah. Then
Man, you
actually
did
got
bring a lot of stuff. Of course, you got it in their plastic cells, but that's fine.
That's because I toy edge until Saturday nights. When we go live for 6 hours on Saturdays, I got a lot of time to open this stuff.
This looks cool. What is so that's Moss Man. What is he supposed to be mixed with?
He's just mutated. He's not necessarily mixed with another character.
Okay, I thought they had them where they were all mixed with something.
No. Like a couple of the characters, they're kind of like that. Like, April O'Neil's kind of like taking on the sorceress role. Casey Jones, his mask looks more like Ram Man. I don't know. I'm still going to buy one of those other.
Michelangelo had the battle armor He-Man stuff.
Yeah. They're wearing like the armors.
But Ram Man is more Ram than Man. So this is just more Moss than Man.
He looks more like Evil Seed than.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that too. Yeah.
Like translucent green.
Oh yeah. He's
That's
the
awesome.
translucent green. Like this figure just hits on so many levels because of that.
Cool.
So it's my first Turtles of Grayskull too. I hadn't gotten anything else from it yet.
I think
I got the Michelangelo because I love that battle armor.
You know what? I'm really, really thinking like a lot of the mutated guys I got to go for. Like he was a must-have. Okay, what's one of the other ones? A lot of the ones they just showed off at San Diego last weekend, like the Ninjors, basically going to be like Drago Man, basically from
Merman
Classics.
with the the tail and stuff. That's
my god, I want that Merman. There's going to be a mutated Shredder where he's all snake-like. He's using like the same snake body, but the tail's going to be different.
We got somebody else from Ishkan. Boo!
Boo! That's cool, man. I got all the toys over here. But yeah, like a lot of these mutated figures are going to be just really cool to have standing in with the rest of, Masters of the Universe. But that's not all. I'm still not done. I got our good friend Terrence St. John, the SOB that's at Ishkan, managed to go ahead and grab me the Snow Owlbear because all my Ollies had was the regular one. And not only did I get the Owlbear goodness, I got Displacer Beast.
Ooh,
that Displacer
cool.
Beast is dope.
Another beautiful one.
Man, you
really
did pull in a lot of things this week.
Yeah, and I'm not done. And to finally finish out my Rulers of the Sun, got a Duplico and Digitino.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So finally get to finish these off. Of course, all the Masters of the Universe stuff's actually from over in Germany, because when you can't find it in the US, you got to talk to your friends outside. So good friend.
Can we bring up Dorklair's comment?
Yeah, he says WitchCon for us. It can't go. It's actually BitchCon. We're here to complain about those people and the con tonight. But speaking of Dorklair, amazing review up right now for the skeletons. Check that out if you haven't. The new Mythic Legion skeletons. He did a great job. So
heavy gunner too.
Bill's always got he just posted that one. I thought right before I was coming online, I seen that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony,
That's it.
anything for pickups?
Yeah. So to start, I went and grabbed one of the anniversary Raphael figures,
Nice.
and the bumps that everyone was so worried about really aren't anywhere near as bad as what people were originally speculating. I'm totally down to try to grab the rest of them. I have a feeling this is going to be people are going to scoop them up, so I'm hoping to grab.
Are you saying you can't see the bumps as well, or you don't feel like if I was to rub them on my lips, would I feel the bumps?
They're more indentation than bumps.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
They're teenagers. It's just acne scars. You're gonna rub your lips all over their acne spots.
Okay,
that's what it is.
That works.
Yeah, it's like this after acne. So all the scarring is done. So they're almost at the end of their teenage years, kind of thing.
Okay.
I hit the ollies pretty hard. I got Secret Wars, Dr. Doom.
So cool.
There's the man. Hey bud, what's up? You want to play Uno? All right. See if Carly wants to play, okay? Tony, say hi to the guys.
Hi, best video right there.
There's my man. There's Tony.
Yeah. Purple gang.
Right? Hey, Purple gang, right? That's right. Okay. So I got Secret Wars Doom and then the Captain Marvel. Definitely not worth $40, but worth $20 at Ollie's.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Was a little bummed that the hood piece was one piece with the head. So because it comes with the unhelmeted version, would have been cool to have like the hood up with the face, because he also comes with a separate faceplate.
Gotcha.
Also hitting the ollies hard, I grabbed another Captain Carter.
Cool. Jesse will be happy about that.
Yeah, they had the shield there, but I can only fit so many shields in my house at one time. So,
Now, what I would do is I would kind of saw her in half and then shove a shield right through the middle. And that's how I would display her. So
I need to Silver Hawker.
There you go.
That's fair. You can try that. This is not necessarily a pickup for me, but a pickup for Mr. Hedgehog himself.
Nice.
He did me a solid this week. He found me the new AEW Sting figure from Jazzwares. It's one of the deluxe figures. So working on getting a bunch of odd and end things for him. And then this one I scooped up last week, or at the end of it was Sunday of last week when I grabbed the turtle figure. I grabbed finally Last Ronin.
Nice.
And that was and I got it on clearance for $20. So
that's the black and white one.
It's the armored one. It's the full costume version.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's cool.
Because
that one where he doesn't have the armor and he's like doesn't have the mask, he looks weird as shit.
There's also one where he's like cool. There's also the one where he's like fully naked, and that one's like
yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah,
so I mean, when you look at the turtles, I mean, they're already like that much naked, but it's just weird when when they don't have the belt on. It's too far,
and don't have the mask. It's like
don't have the mask. Nope. It's you know what? I think it might just be the mask. Without the mask, it's just like that's it. It's too far.
Yeah,
like you should come with a shower dio or something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's it for me for my pickups.
All right. Well, I've only got two things to show. I really only have one new toy. The other one, I'll show real quick. I just got a new Archimedes from our good buddy Len LaGuardia, so that I could recreate my my Minotaur customs. Kind of. I'm going to change it up a little bit, but I had one of my favorite customs that I made. I sold last year, and I kind of regretted it. So I'm going to work on this guy probably next week. I'm still working on a big project that I'm nearing completion on. But I didn't have anything to show today, so I went to local toy store and I got a classics DC Cyborg. All the ones that McFarlane has made so far have been like the crappy movie one. And I wanted more of a superpowers kind of look to go with my display. I've got like a Justice League display that's like all the characters that I had in the superpowers line. So I'm going to try to fudge him in. He's a little bit shorter than the McFarlane ones, but I'm going to try to put him kind of up on a tier thing and see if I can get him to work in there. So it was like $20, and I figured for $20 it's worth it. And I think this is one of the ones that the Horseman designed too. So there you go. But he only came with this thing on his arm. He didn't have like an alternate fist gun. There is another one that has the fist, but this one didn't. So that kind of sucked. But whatever.
You never know when you're going to need a bullhorn. They always come in handy.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell that's even supposed to be. So
it's there for him to complain about Joss Whedon.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's see.
I got to say, I really appreciate. I might put this on my porch. The get off my lawn
out of the prison. Oh, nice.
Yeah, the get off my lawn fist.
Oh, yeah, it's a rocking chair.
Yeah,
very cool.
Damn you kids, get off my lawn. So,
we got a $2.99 super chat from Guaisagway. Says hit that like button, folks. So
that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Smack that like button. It's been talking shit all week.
For sure. Let's see. Next
22 people watching and 6 likes. Oh,
come on.
Us down.
Come on, go push the like button.
In fairness, half the people watching are people that are actually on the screen. So
we're in the chat. Yeah, I actually we're
at 7. We're at 7.
I just liked it.
I hit the like button yesterday.
Next we've got Event Horizon. So this is where we talk about things that are coming up that we're excited for. I'll be honest, I went to the movie theater to see Deadpool Wolverine, and I watched all the previews before it, and I don't know that there was anything that came up that I was like super stoked for. There is a Borderland looked pretty good.
Borderlands.
Yeah, that looks pretty fun.
That's gonna be good.
But I don't think there was anything else that I really saw that I was super excited about. What about you guys? Any movies coming up that you're excited for?
Romulus.
Oh yeah,
that's the Aliens movie. Yeah. I'll tell you what I told Joe and the guys the other night. Because I went and watched Deadpool Wolverine twice, and they show that preview beforehand. And I saw it the first time, and the second time I literally covered my eyes during the preview because it's so freaking gross. I can't, and this is going to sound weird, and Purple Gang's going to clip this, but I can't deal with stuff being forcibly shoved down somebody's throat. Like, it's just gross. And so, like, the alien thing going down the people's throats, like multiple times in that preview. It's not once, it's multiple times. And I'm like, I just can't take it.
Willingly shoved down the throat, just fine. Forcibly,
I don't care. It was just gross either way. So they can do any kind of other gore or nastiness, spiders, alien, whatever, but they shove things down people's throats and I'm out. So, yeah. Yeah, that was it for me. Anything else? Any other movies?
I saw. Go ahead.
I would say the new Transformers, that new animated one that's coming out.
Oh, I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
To theaters?
Yeah. It's like a CGI animated one. Yeah, it's gonna have when Optimus, I think, was Omega Orion Pax, and Megatron was. This is even before they were able to transform. They get the ability to transform.
Interesting.
And then is it Chris Hemsworth is the voice of Optimus?
Yep.
I hadn't even heard that. That's cool.
Saw the preview when went to go take Connor to see Inside Out 2, and I was like, this doesn't look like your typical Transformers fare, but it looks really awesome.
No, this is an entryway. I think I'm hoping for younger audiences to get in.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, if it's anything like that, the latest Turtles movie, I really had fun with that. I mean, it was a totally different interpretation, but it was a fun movie. So, yeah,
still gotta watch it.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Well, and then other things on the horizon. Obviously, we've got a new reveal coming from Four Horsemen tomorrow. They're going to be doing their next Cosmic Legion wave. So we'll see what's all in there. We are not going to speculate because I fucking hate speculation shows, and it gets people's hopes up. And then some of the people that can't manage their expectations say, "Well, they said on this show that we might get a blah blah blah, and we didn't get a blah blah blah. So the Horsemen suck." And then I just can't deal with it.
It's just like that. Like Curtis nailed it.
It is 100% like that. So I will not be doing any speculations. If any you guys want to, that's fine. But I just think it's dumb. So
I have no idea what's coming. I couldn't even make an educated guess because I'm not educated.
Yeah.
Space Bear.
My guess is they're going to bring out something that's going to look cool, and most of us are going to want to buy some or all of it. So there you go. That's the most speculation you'll see from me. But that should be fun tomorrow night, and then immediately after the reveal special, which I think starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. Immediately after that, they're going to be doing Purple Gang Gang live from the same room. So for those of you that are at IshCon, first of all, fuck you, and then second of all, when you get done with the special tomorrow night, stay in that same room and you can watch Purple Gang Gang live. And I'll tell you to fuck off again. So
before that, at 6 p.m. Saturday Day Live will be going
very nice
leading into it. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, for sure. That's always
Hedgehog Action YouTube channel.
During it,
aren't you guys you're gonna be talking some wrestling this week, aren't you? I think he said that last week because it's SummerSlam tomorrow. So
most likely.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, definitely tune in, especially if you're into wrestling. Tune in tomorrow. They're going to be talking some SummerSlam.
Yeah, wrestling.
I'm all for that. I may be able to sneak an invite from Ryan. I might be able to, hey Ryan, shoot me that link and kind of get in and talk some wrestling. So
Crash.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
And then during the reveal, Oz and I will be on a watch along show.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, with Rick Something and Ed Action Fix.
Yep.
Which channel is that on? Are you guys going to be multi-streaming that?
No, that's just going to be on Brick's channel. It's going to be the news. So we're going to do a watch along reveal pizza party. Jeremy had mentioned before about buying a pizza and doing like an all day unboxing.
Mythic pizza. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, like, I don't know. Ed, Brick, and I have done a couple of these watch reveal parties when they make the announcements. And it just dawned on me, like, you know what? Pizza party sounds really cool for that. So we're tuning up. Everybody's going to be getting their pizzas, and we're going to start a little bit before the reveal. We're going to start at 7, go through the reveal, and that's kind of like the pre-show into Saturday Night Clubhouse, where, even if you're watching some of the other shows, we'll still be streaming when they're done because that's what we do.
Which you guys went last week. Did you complete the 24-hour straight?
24 hours and 1 minute. Unfortunately, we have found out that if you do a 24-hour stream, YouTube will not upload more than 12 hours at a time. I have to go take the recording and chop it in half so that we can get the replay. But it was simply the most successful stream that I've ever done, and surprised that people really wanted to hang out and watch us for 24 hours. Sometimes I feel people need help.
You could have a dog on screen dropping a deuce, and as long as you got Joe Gonzalez there, I'm watching. So
it's true.
Yeah.
So we'll put that on the itinerary.
There it is.
But
yeah, at least you still have the show, Oz.
That's true.
I do. I didn't. It's
didn't
the
delete
recording.
We had
No. I never delete the recordings until I know for sure that, it's stowed away. Not that I think anybody's ever going to be wanting to go back and watch 6-hour long live streams, but it is what it is.
That's for Jesse.
There you go,
and
Jess.
everybody else at IshCon. So
you never know people's work schedules too. Like I pulled a 14-hour shift yesterday. I could have watched more than half of that show or listened to it anyways.
You at least would have heard all of the bitching about the snake layer. The heated debate that took up the majority of the morning.
It is pretty terrible. So
I popped in every once in a while, and it was getting heated. Oh boy.
To me, it looks like it was made by Play School. It's just so.
Look,
If I was
first
4
off,
years
it's a
old, I would love
Mattel.
it.
It's a
Yeah.
Mattel product, so it's going to be Fisher Price and
Yeah.
Imaginext.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, I mean, I'm sorry, these look the same. Like they're kids. They're made for kids.
That's the Origins one.
Yeah, both of these
Yeah,
Origins.
I wasn't a fan of those either. The color on that gray skull, I was, I'm not a fan.
I'm
Yeah,
all
now the
about it.
classics version Joe's got there. Yeah,
The
for
classics
sure.
is a whole different level.
Yeah,
And that is fully adult collector. If they came out looking like these, I would not be happy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I could still be cool with like a 2.5 foot size Snake Mountain or something like that, but I don't know. Like there's something so special about the classics Grayskull and Snake Mountain.
Yeah, for sure. To me, the reason why I didn't like the Origins one is because I preferred the vintage color scheme over the Origin, and I can get the vintage for like $15 at pretty much any toy store I go to.
What?
You know? So
Where can you get a vintage Castle Grayskull for that cheap? Because even the shell by themselves goes for like $100.
Well, oh no,
which is how much
I'm talking about just for the shell, because you're going to keep it, closed anyways, most likely. But yeah, shell around here, you can get it for $15-20 for just a shell.
None of the ones around me. That's like $100, period. Not to mention the fact that with these coming with all their stuff, they were great price, and I do take them down, and it's one of the reasons why I fold them up and put them up here, because I do take them down every now and again. And when Connor comes over and we just get out all the masters and we start playing.
One of the things I found out just recently, probably within the last year or so, is that those original Castle Grayskulls that they did, that there's not two that are the exact same.
Nope,
because
hand painted.
Yeah, they sprayed that on like where the eyes and stuff are, and so they all look different.
It's because it was a very last minute detail that they went through, and they just sprayed it before putting it out to show when they were selling the idea to everybody. And then after that, like they tried to do like the uniform paint, and everybody's like, but no. And so, yeah, each one in the factory, it was just whatever the dude could do with a can of spray as he went down the line. That was it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a fan. It means that when it comes to vintage, there are no two that are exactly alike, period. These guys, they are definitely all uniform, much more symmetrical, which I'm not as big of a fan of that. I liked the more organic look that we got with the vintage, but I ain't mad at these either because they didn't cost me that much and they're great to play with.
Cool.
I had a movie too. I saw a trailer today for a movie called Slingshot.
Ooh, Slingshot.
Which
I haven't heard of that.
It's a sci-fi thriller. I just saw the trailer for it for the first time today, but it kind of looks like for those of you who have seen Event Horizon, it looks a trip in a spaceship and go into like cryo freeze or something during that. And when they wake up, they're hallucinating, but they're not sure if it's hallucinations or real. And Lawrence Fishburne is in it, which he was also in Event Horizon. So
I still got to watch Event Horizon, but Jesse's told like his little horror story about watching it. And so I've been hesitant. So,
well, just don't walk through a parking lot by yourself afterwards. That's like
that's
really
true.
the culmination of that story is that Jesse's like, the movie was scary. And then, I didn't look under my bed before I got under the sheets and I was scared. But
that's true.
I think it's a really good movie. It's one of my favorite space horror movies.
Oh, I did see a little teaser for something, not like a teaser trailer or anything, but just like a little thing that says that there are rumors that there's discussion about a Wolverine Hulk movie in the future. So
Really?
Yeah, in MCU. So
Until we're 90.
that would be interesting. I would definitely be down for that.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Just, I don't want to go into spoilers in case there are, for some reason, people who haven't seen it yet. I don't want to say too much, but
if there are people that have seen it, OffWorld just did a review the other night that is up on this channel. if you're interested, but
Mhm.
do not watch that if you haven't seen it because we definitely talk spoilers.
Oh yeah, we spoiled the hell out of it.
So
Very
much
much
good
so.
stuff. So much good. Yeah, like oh man, this so far. I don't think I'm going to see another movie the rest of this year that's going to top that. And
Oh, I don't know that I'll see another movie in the 2020s that'll top that.
right, it's set a really high bar, and we're only 4 years in, so the rest of the
Yeah.
decade's not looking too great.
Yeah. All right. Well, next we have got This Week in Theaters. So let's pop over. So for those of you who haven't joined us for this, first of all, what have you been doing with your Fridays? Second off, this is where we take a time machine, we travel back in time, we walk into a movie theater for whatever year we land on this week, and we can see any of the top 10 movies that were at the theater for that week. And then we have to pick which one we're watching. We are not the age that we were the year we're traveling to. We're the age we are now. So let's get this going. All right. We will spin our random number generator. This is our typical years that we've got in here: 1982 to 2010. You know what? We're gonna up this. I think we've been having some of the same years. Let's do not 20. We'll do 2015. Sound good? All right.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Here we go. 1984.
that's a good
So,
year for movies.
Good
Here
year.
we go.
Good year.
All right. So we are going to scroll it down. 1984. And we are looking for February 2nd. Here we go. Okay. Number one at the box office that week. Let's blow this up just a little bit. There we go. Number one at the box office that week is Purple Rain. Young musician tormented by abusive situation at home must contend with a rival singer, a burgeoning romance, and his own dissatisfied band as his star begins to rise. Number two, we have a movie called Ghostbusters. Three parapsychologists forced out of their university funding set up shop as a unique ghost removal service in New York City, attracting frightened yet skeptical customers. Then we have got The Jungle Book. Bagheera the panther and Baloo the bear have difficult time trying to convince a boy to leave the jungle for human civilization.
Talking about the
Next, we have Gremlins. A young man inadvertently breaks three important rules, not one, not two, but all fucking three, concerning his new pet, and unleashes a horde of malevolently mischievous monsters, say that 5 times fast, on a small town.
He's just an overachiever.
Next, we have The Karate Kid. Recently relocated from New Jersey to LA, because I mean, if you're in New Jersey, you definitely want to go to LA. Daniel becomes the target of gang of Cobra Kai dojo students. When Mr. Miyagi saves him with expert karate skills, Daniel convinces him to teach him to defend himself and put his bullies in their place. Spoiler alert, Daniel is the real villain of that story.
Illegal kick to the head.
Yeah, and he was just like antagonizing him the whole time. Anyway,
Totally.
next we have Never-Ending Story. A troubled boy dives into a wondrous fantasy world through the pages of a mysterious book. We have Best Defense. A military weapons engineer struggles to do his job responsibly while a hapless tank commander has to live with the consequences in combat years later. Looks like Dudley Moore and Eddie Murphy. I don't think I've ever even heard of that movie. Okay.
Digging for gold.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Crap. Doom. 1935, Indiana Jones is tasked by Indian villagers with reclaiming a rock stolen from them by a secret cult beneath the catacombs of an ancient palace. Then number 9, we've got Muppets Take Manhattan. Kermit and his friends go to New York City to get their musical on Broadway, only to find that it's more difficult task than they anticipated. And last but not least, number 10 at the box office that week is Meatballs Part 2. Second in the series of Meatballs movies, a group of kids attempt to save summer camp that's a financial failure. So there you go. Those are the 10 that are on there. You cannot see anything past it, even though, number 11 is Last Starfighter. That's an awesome movie, but I'm sorry, can't watch that. Only the ones in the top 10. We'll start at the bottom with Oz. Oz, what are you seeing?
Well, I got to go for the top 2. First off, we're talking Purple Rain. It's Prince. Cannot deny Prince. And then it's Ghostbusters, which is like my second favorite movie franchise of all time.
So which one are you seeing? You can only see one.
You can't make me. Son of a
Sorry, that's
biscuit.
the rule. Them's the rules, man. You only
All right.
brought enough 1984 money to see one movie. They
That's
don't.
BS,
they don't
'cause
take
I could
our
bring
money.
a-
You give them our money, and they're like, "What is this Monopoly? Get that out of here!" You had to take.
Look, this
1984
dollar is the same in both years and is worth enough for 2 tickets. Okay,
We only brought enough. One film.
the Reaganomics have aided me here. Honestly, I'd go see Purple Rain for who I am now, and as much as I love and miss Prince, I'm going to see Purple Rain.
Okay. All right. Purple Rain. That's one. Rygon, what are you seeing?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to get through this thing called life. I'm going to Purple Rain too, man. Just
Okay. That's
Prince.
This is going not the
Prince.
way I expected.
It's Prince. If
I
it
did
wasn't
not
for
expect
Prince-
anybody to go see Purple Rain, much less 2 people, but okay. All right. Joe, save us from this. What
Well,
are you going to see?
Purple Rain. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. I've actually never seen Purple Rain,
seen it
so
either.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's any good. But I tell you what, I am gonna pick, but I'm seriously thinking about shutting off.
Shutting off his internet? Is that
Don't
what
leave us in suspense.
Joe's
shutting
shutting
off-
off his internet.
I'm seriously considering shutting off the time machine and just staying here. Because look at the hits
Not
just keep
coming
hitting, not just the top 10, but you kept scrolling and they're all
Right.
good. So
Flip
Yeah.
party.
I definitely would have gone to
Man.
Last Starfighter if I was able to, but yeah.
there's some good stuff. But I'm going Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. Every time I watch it, I'm entertained, even though I know everything that's going to happen. So, but of course, I never got to see it in the theater, so I think it would be an amazing experience.
right?
Well, we got 2 for Purple Rain, 1 for Ghostbusters. Anthony, where are you going?
Where do you think I'm going, Curtis?
Man, I think you might be going to Karate Kid.
I'm going to see Purple Rain.
Oh my goodness, are you really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
have an affinity for certain Prince songs, and a lot of that Purple Rain soundtrack is just puts me
Oh,
right there.
I get the song for sure.
old.
Is the movie really that good? I've
old.
never seen the movie.
It's up there.
Okay.
Prince is just one of those artists that transcends just about every media he touches.
All right.
I
might
and
have
I
to check
think
it out.
to appreciate that again, I think to appreciate that in a theater aspect would have been really cool.
Yeah, never had that experience. So that would be so unique as a big fan of it to actually be able to see that in theaters.
Like surround sound, have this, you just have everything just blaring at you. Almost have that concert feel, like a lot of the scenes from when they're playing live.
Okay.
Especially for the ending. Purple
Yeah.
Rain into the rest of that set. Oh man.
Okay. I might have to check it out sometime when there's absolutely nothing else on. Anybody want to take a guess at what I'm going to watch?
It's not Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
It is absolutely not.
He's
It's
totally
not
watching
Best
Gremlins.
It's not Purple
Best
Rain.
defense.
It's not Purple Rain.
The Muppets.
I actually considered it. I do like that movie, but no. I'm going to see Never Ending Story. As a kid, that was one of those movies that totally just like transported me into that world. Like I don't know if it's just the aspect of the boy reading the book and he kind of gets pulled into that world or whatever, but if I was watching that, it didn't matter what else was going on in my house or in the world or whatever. Like I was fully enveloped in that movie, and I never actually got to see it on the big screen. So seeing that on the big screen, I think would be really cool. So yeah, just for the experience of it all, I have to go Neverending Story. So,
did you think the Karate Kid because it was a Jersey thing?
I went Karate Kid because I know you're like a Rocky fan, so I thought maybe kind of fight type movies. Plus, there's some humor in it. I was like, I don't know. I was thinking maybe Karate Kid. So, but let's see what the chat has to say. We got to scroll up a bit. We've got Dave's Dimension says Purple Rain, great soundtrack. Guaisagwe says great year for movies. Eddie says Ghost all the way. Guaisagwe says Johnny was good. That is absolutely right. Dave says Never Any Story still hits me in the feels. Same. Collectible Fun says Ghostbusters. Got another Purple Rain. Got Elder saying hello to Jesse. We don't do that. He's at IshCon. Fuck those IshCon people.
Fucking IshCon.
And then Guaisagwe says, how did Meatballs 2 beat out Last Starfighter? I don't know, because like you look at that, and Last Starfighter is only on its third week. And
it's 1984.
And Meatballs, it debuted, right? At number 10.
Right.
Starfighter was 7 the week before. So it.
Yeah, but still, that's such a good movie.
1984, I think sci-fi and movies like Meatballs, like the culture was different in 1984. Because Revenge of the Nerds is down there too, and
which is another epic movie.
Hell yes.
Yep. Let's see. Amber says Purple Rain. Man, Amber, killing me, guys. All right, let's see what else we had on here. We had Last Starfighter, Bachelor Party, Revenge of the Nerds, Cheech and Chong, and then Conan the Destroyer. Holy crap! The whole list of 15 is pretty damn good.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm turning off the time machine. I ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Right. I might even roll it back a few years earlier just because.
That is a really good list. This might be pound for pound the best list that we've had overall.
Yep.
I mean, there's probably individual movies that are better than the ones on this list, but for the whole set, this is pretty damn good.
You could just live at the theater for a week. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The only movie on here that I have not seen and have no opinion on is Best Defense. I have no idea. I
didn't even know that was a movie. I'm definitely I put that on my list because Dudley Moore and Eddie Murphy sounds hilarious.
Right? Like that should be gold.
So
but everything else on there I've seen and absolutely love. So
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think I've seen everything on here except for that. So
yeah.
All right. Any other comments? Nope. All right.
Come on, people. Tell us what you think.
That is it for this week in theaters. So next we have primary objective. And our primary objective is just to bitch about IshCon and the people there and the fun that they're having.
Not there.
Yeah, we're not there.
Also, they have shit on display. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
They have what?
The green figures.
Some new figs, which is bullshit because we're not.
Are those? What are the? Do we think that those are new figures that are going to be for sale? Is that what we're thinking? Because I saw there was two new
like an emerald green Valiant Knight.
Yeah, and one of them had a bucket helmet, right?
Yeah,
the Valiant Knight did. Yeah,
gotcha.
Who's got those pictures? I want to look it up right now.
But I mean, they're definitely not for tomorrow because tomorrow's Cosmic Legion. Yeah. So I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know if they're just customs or if it's. I don't know. I guess
so is this how all you non-East Coast guys feel all the time when we have shows that like Ryan and I go to all the time?
So fucking spoiled, man.
This is weird, right, Ryan? Like this is
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Because
All
we
right.
got what, like 5 or 6 shows over here?
Yeah, like
that are
throw a
all in the
rock and we hit a
same-
Horseman show.
I've got
Yeah.
in my area, there is one toy show that comes in like every 3 months. And in the past like 4 years that I've gone there, I think I've seen like 2 Legions figures. Like the whole time. So it's not great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I live in Lovelock, Nevada, so screw you guys. Like I can barely drive to a toy show while the sun is still up. Let's just put it that way.
I will say that the toy store that I went to get my cyborg at today, I hadn't been there in a while because it's like it's probably about 45 minutes away. But when I went in there, I was surprised they had Poxus and they had a bunch of Cosmic there, and they've never had Legions before. So
Yep.
I guess the retailer base is still growing. So
Yeah,
But,
I was surprised. The store closest to me. See, I'm lucky I can drive to Eternia Dreams, so I can go pick up retail priced, Horseman figures whenever. They're like 45 minutes down the road. It's not a far drive. But close to me, like 10 minutes down the road, this toy store Random Treasures. Like just the other week at the beginning of July, but I just stopped in there for the first time last weekend in a long time. They started carrying 4 Horsemen. Now they're not listed as one of the retailers, but when I was looking at the prices, they're retailer price. Like they're not going, as they're not an authorized retailer, I imagine they just picked up a bunch while they were recently at Maryland Toy
probably
Expo.
are, and it probably just hasn't been updated. I've noticed
Maybe.
that like it doesn't get updated like super often. So
Well, if they're finally a retailer now, I'm really excited for that because there's nothing like being able to drive to a really close store. And
plus, I think there's some
see-
retailers that kind of dabble, like they may pick up this wave but not that wave, and so on and so forth. Because each wave that they get into, there's a certain minimum that they have to order, and
right.
So they, depending on what it is, you may have some retailers that only do the mythic and don't do the cosmic, or vice versa, or something like that. So
Right.
I don't know.
But yeah, my first time walking in Eternia Dreams and seeing on shelf space Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, and then they even had a small section at the end for AWOC too. I was like, man, this is great. This is like I felt like a kid walking into a toy store again. I'm walking into a toy store and it's not just the old vintage stuff that I'm used to seeing. No. Here's all new toys that I absolutely love on a shelf in a retail space. This is beautiful.
Yeah. They did the toy store I was in today. They did have some Batman returns. I was been talking the last couple weeks about collecting those in box.
Yeah.
They had several of them, but every one that they had was one that I already had. So, which I mean is very
You have a
likely because I only missing like 3.
left, right?
Yeah, I only got like 3 left to get. So,
Send me that list. I'll keep my
keeping
eyes
them-
out for you.
Aren't you keeping them in box?
yeah.
Why didn't you just get them to open them?
What do you mean?
Like the 3 that were there, you said?
Oh, I could have. They were like $30 a piece. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I actually thought about getting one of them because there's a white one that's like one of my favorite. It's a white Batman. This isn't like a racist thing or anything. It's just
No, it's the
Polar
Arctic
cool.
one.
100% a racist thing.
yeah, it's like the Arctic Batman, and it's really cool. But I was like,
Yeah, I remember that.
$30
one.
for a figure I already have just for the experience of opening it. I don't know. So
Hey man, I spent $400 on the Aliens Queen Hive play set for the old Kenner Aliens toys. $400, factory sealed, and I only wish I'd had a YouTube to record me opening that, so all the mint on card collectors could just cry as I open that thing. Oh, it's so good. Never opened the slime though. That slime has been sealed since 1992 and it can stay sealed. I don't want to open that and know what's in there.
So I'm just thinking because something else happened while I was in that toy store today and I've forgotten about it till just now. So I go in there and this toy store is in it. Like I said, it's about 45, 50 minutes away. It's in kind of the downtown area of St. Louis. So it's not the greatest neighborhood. It's a really small store, and it's like in a secluded area that's like, you know, you got to like go back streets and stuff to get to it. So you go in there, and typically when you go in, you're the only person in the store. So it's like when you go to a toy store or a toy show and you go to Artist Alley and they're just like staring at you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're just like, I just want to get through here. Like, just stop looking at me kind of thing. So the guy's just kind of watching, and we're going through aisles and stuff. And I'm on the backside of one of the aisles, and I'm looking, there was a bunch of like figures on pegs and stuff. And I had this cup with me, and I had an iced coffee in there. And so I'm holding it like this, and I go to reach down to like check some of the pegs below, and I just pour coffee all over the fucking floor. And I'm like, oh my God. and so I turned to Darla, and I'm like, do you have some Kleenex? Do you have something? She's like, I don't have anything. I'm like, how do you not have anything in your purse? Like, you know, whatever, like it's her fault. And so then I had to like go over and ask the guy if I could have some paper towel, if he had some paper towel that I could clean up this spill. So stupid. But
What up, Dylan?
But anyway, what else?
Rough. That's rough.
Oh, you know, I just wanted to mention this is something that I was thinking about too, because Oz mentioned spending $400 on that play set. You know, and I was shopping the other day, and I was thinking like I won't buy name brand saltines because they're too expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I only get like the store brand saltines. But if Horsemen drop a wave and it's like $550, I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. You know, and I was just thinking like,
where you can, you know,
it's just that mindset, like I'll never buy a name brand detergent.
Well, there's not a generic Horseman brand,
right?
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people with their
okay, Curtis. All right.
Here's my boss fight skeleton. So look at the storm skeletons. They're so cool, and you know,
I was gonna say
bullshit.
I saw somebody post like, I don't even know what types of skeletons they were, but they definitely put a whole bunch of horsemen's skulls on them, and they were almost there. And I'm like, how does it even work on your shelf? Like, this one's all glossy and
one
guy adjacent. It works.
Yeah, one guy came into the Cabal this week, and like one of his first posts was like, "Hey, new here. And just want to say that, you know, I'm really liking the line, but I don't get these skeletons. They're whack. Personally, I like the boss fight ones better." So, like, you know, brand new to the community, and I'm going to just come in and shit all over the new thing that everybody's excited about and tell you I like this one better. So then I'm reading through some of the comments because it's just humorous. And somebody was talking about how the boss fight ones just don't stand up. And he's like, yeah, well, I put a wash on it, and I guess like the wash made some of the joints like gummy, like because it was like getting paint rub, and the paint rub helps it so it stands up. So like, okay, so instead of buying the Horseman ones that are just fine the way they are, we need to buy boss fight ones, put a wash on it, let it have paint rub so that it'll stand up, and then that's better is what you're saying.
Okay, now I feel the need to comment on this just a little bit, because if you like the boss fight ones better, that's fine.
Yeah,
like I'm totally cool with that. Why do you have to tell anyone else your opinion?
Right.
I mean, start a YouTube channel, and maybe somebody who cares will watch your show.
The internet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
dude, they have to.
Well,
they're going in there to start drama. It's so intentional when you make post, because I think I saw that post. I didn't look at the comments or anything, but you know,
well, he immediately left.
I know,
like after about 30 minutes, he took the post down, and then he left the Cabal. Like that was his foray.
Went there to start drama. Like, why? What's the point? Like, is your life so boring? Do you have nothing going on? Like, get a second job. You know, I don't know. Put a puzzle together.
Brand saltine crackers with the second job.
Right.
Yeah. Don't buy name brands though. It's not worth it.
It's like walking into somebody's house for the first time and going like, what the fuck's up with these curtains? Why did you pick those? You know,
right?
Like what? get the fuck out of my house. You know?
Right, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't understand. Like, opinions are fine. I think that if people like other
yeah.
things better, that's totally okay.
Yeah.
But when you
right.
come in to, and obviously to try and upset people that do enjoy the toy line, I don't get that. Like I'm not going to join another, you know, toy lines group and then just go in and shit on their figures because I don't like them, you know, like I don't
get that in every toy group though. Like I'm in the Mayfex group. I really love Mayfex figures. And every single time they drop a figure, there's somebody in there just shitting all over it. And usually it's the same people. It's the same people that like there was one guy that, you know, I was going back and forth with because, you know, I can't help myself fucking going back and forth with these idiots.
No.
But anyway, he's like, well, I'm allowed to have my opinion. I'm like, you're right. You're allowed to have your opinion. But keep in mind, this is a fan board and 17 of your last 20 posts have been bitching about figures. So if only 3 of your last 20 posts are anything positive or even neutral, maybe this isn't the fan board for you. Like maybe you should try to find another toy line. I don't know. Just saying. Like why sit around here and be miserable? So
yeah, that's the part that I don't get. Like,
you know, one of the things that I like about the Cabal and, you know, was excited to join was the fact that there's a lot of different toy groups and a lot of them are just full of negativity and bullshit. The Cabal is not really, I mean, yeah, there's some heated debates that go on every once in a while. People will complain about the QC issues when they have them, but it's a pretty open forum to talk about that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's still remained pretty positive, you know? So like when you got somebody like that, they're just coming in to stir shit. They probably watch certain other channel that I'm not even going to dignify with naming, just because they realize, oh, we can stir the pot here, but get the fuck out. Yeah, we don't need that shit.
Some days the cabals, and then other days it just cabals, and it's okay because it's just how the cabal rolls.
Right.
The other ones that get me is this whole mythic adjacent bullshit, and it's like, listen. Here, I'll throw out my take. You guys can comment whatever afterwards. But here's my thing.
I'm gonna jump off a second and get Tony to bed.
Absolutely. So early on in the line, the parts library was very limited, right? They had very limited parts, and so if you wanted certain things to look a certain way, and you had to incorporate some parts from Lord of the Rings or from, you know, whatever other toy lines, and in order to make it look the way you wanted to, cool. The parts library has grown over the years. There's a ton of parts now. There's not as much need for quote unquote mythic adjacent, because you can even without painting, even if you don't want to paint, there's so many pop and swap options to make customs with just the parts that are available that it's like you don't need to do as much of that. On top of that, the community has gone from, you know, 1,000, 2,000 members to 6,000 members. Now, if just 1% of those 6,000 members made a post every day about mythic adjacent, that's 60 posts that's hitting the front of the Cabal with stuff that's not Four Horsemen. 60 posts that you have to scroll through in order to get the stuff that actually is mythic related. So we don't take down everything that's mythic adjacent, quote unquote, but if we start seeing that it's excessive, if we have 6 people that all post about a new Conan that's shown at San Diego Comic-Con, we may leave one of them up and take down the other 5. Does that mean that the other 5 did something wrong and the first one didn't? No, it's just we don't need 6 of them there. So that's the way it is. The other thing is that if you think that there's something that really goes with mythic and you want to show it off, that's great. Show them together. If you show them together, you say, hey, I think this figure works with this, or I think this accessory from this toy line works with this figure. Yeah. Put it on that figure, show a picture of it. We will leave it all day long. But if you just show a picture of the other toy line or the other figure or the other accessory, and it has nothing to do with anything going on in there, it's probably going to get pulled. And to sit there and after you get a post pulled, to make another post and go, well, apparently the admins don't like me, and I must be on their radar, and blah blah blah. Go fuck yourself, okay? I'm just gonna throw that out. Just go fuck yourself. All right,
You got to love the people who are so full of themselves that they really think, again, out of a group of 6,000 people, you're measuring on anybody's radar.
right. Like
There's a lot to keep up with there.
Yeah, as if we're out there targeting people and keeping their post off of there, but leaving other people like, come
Well,
on,
if all
man.
you're posting is stuff that's not Mythic Legions, then yeah, you're targeted because you're not posting.
You know how much the Cabal admins are getting paid to police the Cabal? $0.
Same amount
And
every
0
admin gets paid across every group on Facebook.
Right. So to think that we're in there just looking to get after people and take their posts, we would prefer that everybody just does the right things, and then we wouldn't have to pull down anything. But when people have to be assholes or post the same bullshit over and over again that doesn't relate to the fan group that they're in, you know, shit's going to get pulled down. So
I got a question, Curtis.
Yeah,
What
go ahead.
if I post the D20 wolves in one post
mm,
and say this is Mythic adjacent, and then realize that I fucked up, and then post a D20 wolf with a Mythic Legions figure? Will you pull both of my posts?
no, the first one would get pulled. Second one,
The first one will be pulled down
This is-
before you get the second one up. So
This is
Curtis is on
fucking
that shit.
bullshit. How dare you take down one of my fucking posts that's imaginary, you motherfucker?
yeah. I mean,
Oh.
it is what it
I
is.
want to say too that when this happened with a line where people were posting a bunch of those figures and a bunch got taken down, Cornboy actually commented that they have to be wary of brand confusion. They
Mhm.
don't want people thinking that products that are not Four Horsemen products are Four Horsemen products.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Makes sense.
you know, I think that is a, you know, pretty valid reason.
Well, and I don't know what
Right.
I don't remember the company offhand, but somebody is now doing horses, and they
That's
and I don't
Fish Choice.
5K.
and
Yes,
yes, and
Fish
I
Choice.
don't want to.
Yeah. It's D20. They renamed it Fish Toys.
So if
Oh,
you
really?
look at the articulation, you look at the sculpt, you look at all that, it is the Four Horsemen horses. Okay, like it's the
Essentially.
only thing that they've done is they've added like rooted hair to the mane and tail, but all the articulation is the design that the Four Horsemen used. So
Oh, they
you're
added
right.
the
If,
horse
as
up
far as
there.
that brand confusion and stuff, if you throw that horse up there that looks exactly like the Four Horsemen one, you say, "Hey, this is available from 5K Toy," and blah 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 blah. It would be very easy for somebody to mistake that and think that's the Four Horsemen one, and then go out and buy it. So
And just a suggestion, maybe hop over to the Dork Lair Collectors group and post it there where it's not brand specific.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's plenty of toy groups that aren't for a single line, so you could
That's-
definitely go there.
You know, I was showing off this guy shortly after I picked him up, the same night I did the unboxing. And I had people in the chat asking about, like, ooh, which figure of the Mythic Legions is that? And I'm like, it's not. You know, and I get it. It's very similar. And, you know, heck, we even got back posts, you know, same kind of armor system. There are reasons for that. But, like, you know, I get it. People could really, really think, like, you know, hey, that goes with this. And it's like, yeah, but, you know, I don't know. They just, if you like something, ask about it, learn about it, stay informed.
Tanya's here. She's saying missing you all.
Is Tanya,
Yeah,
is she at
Tanya.
IshCon?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
she is. Tanya, love you. You're great. But we've got to keep on brand tonight. And so on brand means we're saying fuck you to everybody at IshCon. So I'm sorry, Tanya, but fuck you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
FAH-Q.
And if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Go to IshCon.
yeah. I don't know,
Beep.
man. It's crazy.
Lucky bastards.
Yeah, man. Okay, so what about cons in general? Things that you like, things that you don't like about cons. So, Joe, you've never been to one, right?
I've never been to a con. No,
Never been to a con.
We need to get Joe to a con.
He's
Any
going to
con.
be at Legion's Con this year.
I'm going to be
That's
at
right.
Legion's Con this
That's
year.
right.
Yep. I
So-
even bought a ticket, so now I feel like I have to.
So
Yes.
Oz, do you
Okay,
go to a lot of
Tanya.
cons? I know Anthony and Ryan do, so we'll definitely hit them up. But Oz, what's your con experience like? Do you go to a lot of them?
I took a very long break between cons.
Uh-huh.
PowerCon last year was my first con in about a decade. No, that's not exactly true because I was still going to the managers conference for GameStop. That's like a con, but it was only store managers. It's one of those work bullshit cons.
Mhm.
But I mean, there was a lot of cool video game stuff there. But I enjoy going to cons. I enjoy seeing some of the people. I hate it when you have the people that don't respect the hygiene. Fortunately,
Oh boy, yeah, that's definitely a bad one.
my more recent experience at cons, I will say that part seems to have gotten much better over the years. I don't know if people, well, okay,
Yeah, it
because
depends on what
you guys
cons
are
you're
going
at.
to more.
Well, they're
The
also
only
going to
ones-
East Coast cons, and I mean, come on.
I go to East Coast cons. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. I went to Maryland Toy Expo and
Go to
PowerCon
IshCon,
last
Curtis.
year. So I'm not a big fan of big groups of people,
Mhm.
which always make cons very difficult. Like if I start to feel too overcrowded, I will just bolt and get the heck out of there because I can't take it.
Mhm.
If there's too much stuff going on around me, I get that sensory overload and I got to get out of there and smoke like a whole pack of cigarettes before I go back in.
Gotcha.
But I've had really positive experiences the last couple of years. Prior to that, I've done video game conventions, like I said, with GameStop, of course. And even before that, I was doing stuff like been to PAX East a couple times, went to oh shoot, now I can't think of the name of it. Anime convention that Baltimore was famous for is like the biggest in the US.
No
Um,
idea. Not an anime
Yeah,
guy.
I don't know. It was fun. I beat up a bunch of people on the roof that were in this imaginary sparring session where they were doing like anime moves, but not real. Dude tried to Kamehameha me and ended up on the floor on his back. So that was kind of funny. But,
Nice.
I did stuff like that. And somebody complimented my gi. They said, that's a really great costume. I was like, it's a uniform, but that was a different story. I've had positive experiences for the most part, though, because you do meet a lot of similar, like-minded people. Last year, I know Jesse and everybody was trying to get me out to Legion's Con. This year, it's a definite thing. I will be there.
We got to go to Legion Con. Sorry, not Ish.
Yeah, it's got to happen this year. I can't not have it happen this year, especially since Joe said he's making it. If he can make it from Nevada, I can go 4 hours north and get there. That's not an issue.
We have
For
guys
sure.
coming from Sweden, so no one really has an excuse.
Right?
Facts.
Right? Maybe those are the guys who are watching my channel. I don't know. Like I had this cluster of people in Sweden that were diehard watching my channel for a while to the point where they measured as a demographic. I had 3 places in the world measuring as a demographic: Canada, US, and Sweden. And then the rest was just like obscure across the rest of the world. It's like 10 people watching me in Sweden. I was like, okay, cool. I'm popular over there.
So Anthony, things that you don't like about cons. What are some pet peeves on conventions?
Smelly people.
Smelly people.
So actually, it's funny. I've been taking my kids to shows for years. We have some ground rules when we go. Rule number 1 is don't be, and I joke about it, but I'm serious, but don't be the smelly person. It takes 10 minutes to just take care of yourself before you go. You're in close quarters with a lot of people. Just be respectful for yourself, be respectful for others. And then the second one, if you want to go, you want to have a good time, you want to spend your money there, just be mindful of the show snacks. Make sure you bring your own. So, water bottle, throw a pack of crackers or chips, kind of just do your thing while you're going through there. You got your con bag or whatever. So, throw something in there to just kind of hold you through while you're getting through the day. And then the other thing too, is make sure when you're going through the show, go through the whole show, see everything that's there, and then come back. So stuff that bothers me are like the people that like bum rush tables as soon as the show starts. It's like the stuff's going to be there. Just go and soak in, enjoy the show, enjoy everything that's there. I mean, I love seeing the guys that show up early in the morning for shows. I think that's amazing. Ryan, you guys and your crew, that when you come to the early morning shows, you got Brett and and all the other guys. It's awesome to see. But then you start seeing some people that are waiting in line. They start getting angry. They start getting frustrated and fidgety. And then they get in there. They start giving, the people that are working the show a hard time. Everyone's trying to do a job. Just enjoy the moment. You're at a show. You're at a toy show, getting ready to look at toys. Everyone have a good time. So just have fun. Just, what is it? Be cool, right? As a hedgehog, be cool, right?
Yes, sir. Be cool.
Okay, let's just be cool. So those are my big pet peeves.
Yeah, you always are gonna miss something. You can walk through a con multiple times and you're still gonna see something new.
I mean, at Legion's Con, I can tell you, I have yet to do a Legion's Con and see every table. And I mean, I've been involved in every Legion's Con since the beginning, since the show that was not much bigger than the room I'm sitting in. That one I was able to see everything. But, and then the virtual one obviously is one thing. Even that one, I couldn't get to every virtual room that was available. I missed out on some of that stuff. So really, outside of the first one, there's been parts of every show that I haven't seen all aspects of it. Haven't been to every table at the show. So take time, go through, do what you got to do to interact and engage with people. Right. Make a new friend while you're there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Meeting people, like, especially with this kind of environment, right? Like with live streaming and getting together with people, it's opened doors to like all kinds of people you wouldn't know otherwise, right? And it's really, really awesome to actually get everybody together in one place, because like this is really the most interaction we can have for the most part. We're all in different states all across the country. So being able to get together in one place and be able to meet and hang out, it just like really helps solidify that community. So definitely make friends. I agree with that. Curtis, I was wondering if you could pull up Dave's comment right above Drunk Gizmos there.
Yeah.
Please use deodorant sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Do not take the Axe deodorant spray.
Just covering up your stench.
Do not do that. First off, all anybody can smell after that is fucking aerosol.
Yeah.
You cover it up for 5 minutes and then you go back to smelling like freaking Bengay and shame. Just
it's like spraying Febreze on a fart. Like it doesn't work.
So I'll elaborate on also maybe take some breath mints, stick of gum, because people all they do is drink coffee and then they talk really close. Like
drink coffee, I smoke cigarettes,
drink coffee and smoke. Yeah, it's rough.
I carry a pack of gum in my pocket all times because of that. It helps. It's just smart hygiene.
I tell my wife, because we go to this Brazilian grill, and afterwards they've got like breath mints up front, and I'll grab one and I'll go to hand it to her, and she'll go, "No, I don't need one." And I go, "If somebody ever offers you a breath mint, it's not that they're asking you if you want one.
They're telling
you need to take one." Like, we just got done eating garlic Parmesan beef. Your breath is garlicky. take this breath mint. So
Otakon was the name of the convention. OtakuCon.
Otakon.
Yeah, it's always here in Baltimore. Biggest anime. It used to be at least the biggest anime convention in the United States. So big they moved it out of Baltimore and down to DC because our convention center was no longer big enough for it. But yeah, I actually got escorted out of there because I walked in with a bag of dollar store deodorant speed sticks and was handing them out.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry, that's great swag to hand out at a con,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, especially put your name brand on it and stuff. And
well, that's what I would do now because I got to market the hell out of myself. I'd be putting awesome stickers all over it.
Ryan, you go to a lot of cons. Pet peeves from cons. What do you got for me?
So you guys basically covered everything. I can't really do anything but echo.
I still got a whole fucking list. So,
dude, this is more so targeted at one person, and she knows who she is. Don't get so high that Anthony Halseal has to worry for your well-being.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I have no idea who you're talking
really
about.
bad.
Yeah. And wasn't that Friday night? And then and then wasn't there a nap at some point on Saturday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, it was Legion's Con, but she also
may
did
have
it in
missed a
solo
very
con.
important photo with their friends. Yes. So okay, I got a whole fucking list. Starting off, first off, why so many fucking shows on the East Coast? All up and down the East Coast, you got shows every single month. You've got multiple shows going on. You got, famous people going there. You've got all these important toy brands
Curtis,
going there.
Ryan and I missed a show right now to be here.
I understand, but like you guys got stuff in Atlanta, you got stuff in North Carolina, you got stuff in Jersey, you got stuff in Pennsylvania. We don't have shit in the Midwest. They definitely don't have shit on the West Coast other than San Diego Comic-Con, but I mean they really don't have shit out there either. Like, come on, spread the love a little bit. So that's my number one bitch. Number
Why
two,
don't you do a street team?
if you're running a con, don't put all the aisles so fucking close together that nobody can walk it. Okay. It's ridiculous. There's so many cons that I go to that it's like you can't even get up and down the aisles because somebody's trying to look at the table on this side and there's not enough room to walk down the other side and look at the table on this side. So that's number two. Keep the shit spread out. Let people walk. If you're running a table, don't put that bin underneath with like 500 fucking figures that are like all kinds of piece of shit stuff that's covered in sand and dirt and dust and puke and whatever. And it's all in it. And you've got people that are bending down at the con trying to reach under your table and go through a bucket to find a certain toy. Like, have your shit organized or don't be there. Okay. That's my third one. And then if you're at the con, don't be up somebody's ass. If somebody is looking at a table, they're trying to, see something, they're checking something out. Don't be like up against them, pushing and shoving and trying to move them out of the way or staring at them. Like, just have some courtesy. Okay. So those are some of my big ones.
No, you bring up a good point too. Cause you know what? It's that smelly guy with the big plumber's crack kneeling down, making that, going through that bin, kicking up all that dust, and now it's mixing with the putrid gas and smells emanating from that person. And that's what creates the con flu.
Well, you also have, if the people that are running the cons are trying to maximize their dollars on table fees. Okay. So they're trying to fit as many fucking tables in there, vendor tables, as possible. And in order to do that, you've got to really restrict the floor space. And that means that everybody's in there assholes to elbows. And you're hot, you're sweaty, you're smelly. Like, it's going to have, even if you started out not smelly, by the end, you're going to be smelly because they cram you in there so much. So spread that shit out, give enough room. I will say there's some cons that aren't like that. Legion's Con, I feel like, especially this past year, the year before, it was quite hot and it was a little bit tight. This past year there was plenty of space. I felt there was plenty of walk room. I mean, shit. What was it? Detour had that like fucking catapult thing in the aisle that he was fucking shooting fucking catapults at people like halfway down the aisle and stuff. So there was definitely room there, but yeah, just make sure that you're not packing it in so much that people can't enjoy themselves.
Hey Ryan, are you going to ZoloCon in a couple weeks?
I'm debating.
It's the final one at the Fuge. Yeah.
I think I might.
I'm going to take Tony.
AWOC.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go Sunday.
Consent is important, Allison. You're right. Consent is important.
Yeah.
And
more cold weather
cons.
Yeah, I'm all for cold weather cons.
Especially if, again, people aren't all hot, sweaty, reeking. It could help with that smell problem real quick. Just putting it out there.
Cold weather cons are fine as long as I'm vending and I'm not outside in line.
For sure. Eddie says, you're right. People smell like ass. I tell my students the same thing, the things I've told them about their hygiene. Dude, I can't even imagine dealing with like high school students and stuff and having to address hygiene issues. Fuck that.
PAX East in 2010 It was 2010. Will Wheaton was given the keynote speech. Now, that first day going in there was real rough. And especially when everybody was crowded in to hear that keynote speech. But, Will Wheaton, he was very gracious and gave his tips for conventions.
Mm-hmm.
And on that list of tips, he said, shower daily. I don't care how early you got to get up, because you got 20 people in a room and everybody's got to get a shower. Shower before you hit the room floor. That next day I had Vicks under my nose for no reason. Like, it really was just
the smell.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, if it works for dead bodies,
like trying to,
if it works for dead bodies, it's going to work for BO. But,
transitioning from that, like, now you're talking kind of like advice for people, like, especially if it's a multiple day con, make sure you get enough sleep. Like, I understand a lot of these cons we go to and we're like, hey, we're not going to see these people for a few months, or we may not see them for a year. Like, we want to really maximize the time. But if you stay up late drinking and partying, all this kind of stuff, and then you have to immediately be back, in the next morning at a certain time, make sure you leave time to eat, drink, sleep, all that kind of stuff. Put on deodorant, shower, all that kind of stuff. So don't run yourself so ragged that you're just, dead to the world. So what was that, Ryan?
I just brush your teeth.
Yeah, that too. Dude, I tell you, the first Legions con I went to, driving home that last day on like no sleep was it's fucking torture, man. But yeah, I made sure this past year. I mean, everybody, like, I think the latest I stayed up any night was like 11 o'clock. Like, people were still up for several hours after I went to bed.
Yeah, this past Legion's Con was much different than the year before, because when we were at the La Quinta, I mean, shit, what time did you come down to my room, or did we had to hang? It was like what, 2 o'clock in the morning?
2 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
And that was for an hour, and then I was then back up and then downstairs at like 8 o'clock or whatever so up at 7 and then down. Yeah, so I still didn't get caught up from that sleep from that year.
And that's the day that I drove out the next day. Like, I had to drive. Well, I think it ended up taking like 21 hours to drive home from New Jersey. So so last year for G-Con, I remember getting up early. I went to the gym, had breakfast. I first time I saw Jeremy in a while, so I talked with Jeremy for a while. Then G-Con began. Then G-Con was over. Then we did dinner. I ate with Mark and Billy and Jesse and a few other guys, and then we had set up till midnight. Midnight was over. Everyone was hanging out. I'm like, I'm going to bed. Like, I went right to bed. I crashed. I was beat. It's just, you sometimes forget how hard we're running. Alexander says, I don't know. There's something special about the La Quinta.
I loved
the something special is one working elevator. That's the something special.
Dude, Curtis, I remember I tried to get on the elevator with you, and you almost got crushed by the freaking door.
Yeah.
I love that La Quinta. That was just
the people there were great.
Was a lot of fun. The lobby, the whole experience was just that was lightning in a bottle that year. I don't know the magic, the everything, just the
karate chopping the candy bar, and
even like breakfast in the morning, the way like we had that whole area that we could just go and hang out, and then we had that lobby that that was right there before the breakfast area that we could hang out into, and there was plenty of room there for us to hang out. It seemed like the Marriott's got like the front lobby, then there's a hallway, and then there's another hallway. It seems like it separates us a little bit more than what the La Quinta had for us before. It kept us all together.
Yeah, I think it's just the con has gotten so big, Legion's Con, that you have to pick and choose what things you're going to do, what things you're going to see, what people you're going to hang out with, because there's no way you're going to be able to get to it all.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of going to some of these smaller shows throughout the year. That's why I go up to Mesquite Con, because then it's much more intimate. There's not as many people. So like you can have one group meal where everybody that's there from the mythic world can all like have one meal together. You know, so some of these smaller cons like that, I'm sure these people at IshCon, fuck them, but I'm sure they're having a great time right now. So
The worst.
yeah,
They're all hanging out watching this on one person's phone or one person's laptop.
they're at the VIP night right now, so they're
You know what?
they're
Yeah,
shopping the vendor table early.
I don't
They're
even give a
getting,
shiz.
I hope they all get the runs.
Everybody's coming home with con flu. It's happening. I'm
I
summoning
hope
it.
I hope they get the runs.
get the Fuzzmonk flu.
Montezuma's revenge.
Con exclusive.
Con exclusive Rhea.
Oh man.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't think I would ever like to go back to like again, Otakon used to be like really freaking huge. Or something like a San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con or even like Toy Fair, anything like that. No, I would much rather
not helping her case.
Yeah.
It's just making me want to bitch more.
I don't want to be mean to Tanya. I really like Tanya, but
right,
on, Tanya, you're at IshCon.
Don't break kayfabe, Curtis. Don't break kayfabe.
Yeah, you're the enemy.
She's just sprinkling the salt over the wound and then rubbing it in. But no, for sure. Like something like a San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con, they're just too big. Like there's too much crap going on. And you know, again, I said it towards the beginning, I'm not a big fan of people. So like, you know, the smaller, more intimate
maybe cons aren't for you then.
You know, that's what you would think. But like when I went to PowerCon, it was okay. Like I did have to start playing incognito because a lot of people were recognizing me and coming up and they're just like, hey, Oz, what's going on? And please, if you're going to come up and approach somebody like that because you see people in a live like this, introduce who you are and please use your YouTube handle.
Yeah.
Because
there's so many people that like they have like a total different alias on Facebook and Instagram and their YouTube, and then they come up and talk to you like, I don't know who you are. I'm sorry.
You know, well, like there's some of the people that don't even have like a picture. It's just like that letter or whatever.
Or they'll have like an Optimus Prime or something. Like, listen, if you're not going to come up to me and transform from a truck, I don't know who the fuck you are.
I got no idea. But the first day got really intense. And then like I went over to Ramen Toy's booth and he had hats. So I bought a hat and I put it on my head. And for the rest of the con, I was good. Like nobody recognized who I was. So like it was just a much easier, like it took people a minute to realize who I was. So I didn't have people bum rushing me. And it made the whole experience a lot easier. And it never felt extra crowded.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that was great. There was plenty of space.
Tanya forgot a comma. She says, hate you all are missing it.
Yeah, are missing
it. Right? Hate you all.
Yeah, she hates us all.
She let us know her true feelings here.
So, Oz, one of the other things, too, about those big shows is that sometimes, well, you're going to miss out on all the news. You're better, like those big shows, you're like San Diego. I've always wanted to go, but you see so much of the news, you know, from home. You're able to see what gets revealed, and I can't imagine you're able to see any of that when you're at the show unless you're at a particular area and can see that little bit. You're gonna miss 85% of the other shit that's out there.
Oz had to do a 24-hour show to review it. So
24 hours, and that was only 3 days worth of shit to go through, and 6 hours were spent on the freaking snake layer alone. So I mean, but
I think she put an extra I in there, and it just supposed to say, "No, I didn't love you all."
Yeah.
But yeah, we were fortunate enough that we could get like, you know, again, we had our buddy Mike, Eternian Royalty. Anybody who's familiar with the IG space and is a big fan of Motu, you probably follow him. He was there and he managed to take us around. Like we could ask him, hey, we wanted to go see this. So he went over to like Mezco and we were looking at that stuff and everything.
Fuck you too, Kevin.
Yeah, you know what? See, my buddy John needs that Emerald Knight. That's his whole name, Emerald Knight Photos. But yeah, you like I couldn't imagine trying to see all of it within 4 days. And you're certainly not going to catch every panel because sometimes you got 2 or 3 panels going on at the same time, right? Like it's just difficult when you go to those bigger conventions. Smaller conventions, it's a lot easier to kind of plan it out. And Curtis, you're 100% right. Like, or Anthony too. Like, you go in, do a tour, walk around, look at everything, and then go back and try to get stuff. When we went to Maryland Toy Expo, I was on a mission because I was trying to shop for people. So I had some stuff that I had to hit very quickly. And this was my son's first toy convention. And I tried to talk him out of it several times. But like shortly after leaving the Four Horsemen table and meeting Len and seeing Jesse again and, you know, meeting Jordan, we walked a few tables down and he saw this Captain America, Marvel Legends, Captain America Winter Soldier shield, the blue one, right? Loves the color blue. This shield was for him. He wanted it. I looked at it and it was, sitting there on the table. And it was $50 because it had a giant hole in the front of the box. And he was like, I want that. And I was like, are you sure you want that? Because if that's what you want, that's all you're getting. He was like, I want that. And I was like, why don't we walk around first?
Brian, we don't get excited about people at IshCon. All right.
So. Can't get excited about. Yeah. I understand the need to get excited about the colors. Purple and green are the best color combination ever, but we can't deviate from the plan. We're bitching here.
I saw today, speaking of Captain America, I saw the when I was at that toy store, they had the Secret Wars Captain America like motorcycle sidecar
turbo cycle.
Yeah.
They had that there. I hadn't I totally had forgotten about that thing, and I saw
I have that somewhere in one of my boxes. It's awesome.
Yeah,
and the funniest
like
part
is 2-seater. It's like a rider and like a sidecar weird kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I almost bought it. It was like $14, but I was like, I don't need it.
Well, it's not too bad. You know,
cool
fortunately, that Secret Wars stuff doesn't sell for too much,
which is great because I was able to get a bunch of them in pack. I got both Spider-Man. I've got Doom. I got a couple other ones that are mint and package they look really nice. So I love that Secret Wars line. Like I don't know what it is. It's something about like that the arms and legs, like they're not bendy, like they have a wire in it, but I don't know, like you can
just enough. They were soft.
Yeah, it was that you could move more malleable plastic.
Yeah.
When I was little, and like the thing was, if you were sick, mom would go to the drugstore and pick up your prescription, but there was always the toy aisle, and she'd grab something with your prescription, and it was always either a Secret War figure or a superpower figure, and it was got a lot of Caps and Iron Mans and Dr. Dooms, and then we talked about this in one of our group chats. I got the Doom Tower of Terror, and that was
good.
That was my playset. That was my Castle Grayskull. That was my G.I. Joe headquarters. That was my whatever, because it had the jail and had all the pieces and the thing on top that you could use as there was like a radar dish or something. There was a gun, and it had the second floor that you could have guys like work out of, and it was the best.
It was like a 3-tiered one, right? Because it had like all those different levels. Well, no,
it had the spring door that opened and closed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's back when play sets were just a lot of fun, right? Like they had a lot of good features in them. They were great. They were just fun to play with. You know, I like a lot of the more modern Imagine Next play sets because it takes me back to all that. Like, it's really cool. When Connor was that age and I was buying them like Imagine X toys, man, I bought him a Batcave. I got him the Power Rangers Command Center. He got Rita's Moon. Like, I was buying up a ton of them just because I was like, this is a cool play set. I don't know who I bought them more for, him or me.
Yeah.
I go through. I'm dealing with that now with Tony. A lot of the stuff I get him, and the Star Wars, the mission fleet, mission fleet vehicle, like the characters and stuff. I mean, where I'm Ollie's now, they have them on closeout. I'm buying him like an army of stormtroopers now for $5 and grabbing the weapons and and the vehicles and it's just the what you call it, I want to call it the fire spray, but the Slave One, now they have it at Ollie's for like $15.
Artist formerly known as Slave One.
And that's the Mission Fleet version of it.
Yeah, it's got
I might have to get.
And it's got the black costume Boba Fett, so it's got the black sweatpants on.
Yes,
interesting.
Well, I mean, I don't mind that version. I can deal with that, but oh man, I freaking absolutely love.
And I got him the Razor Crest. But we bought the Bad Batch guys, so the Bad Batch guys use that because they can put all of them in there and hang out. And So he's got a pretty impressive fleet on. But I'm buying him and he's having a blast. And I'm sitting there going, one day he's gonna grow out of this. And next thing you know, they're all gonna be hanging from my ceiling.
That's okay.
What's kind of
his future investment on your part?
Is Star Wars his favorite right now?
No, it's Ninja Turtles.
Oh, gotcha.
So Tony is addicted to the 2012 Ninja Turtles.
Awesome. That was one of the best series. Yeah.
So when we are, and I've watched it all the way through, and to me, it's probably my favorite. He got hooked on it because when we were on vacation, they have the arcade console of it. Yeah. And we literally play it every night when we're on vacation till we beat it. And I did the math because I would scan. It's one of those prepaid where you can hit the card, and I did so much at a time, so I knew how much was going in. It cost us about $18 to go through to win it, and he started getting bored. He's like, "How can we make this better?" So I started timing it. So then we're timing it every night while we're playing it. But the Switch has a version of it where it's got extra levels. So now he's got it on his Switch. He's playing them, and we've been buying the figures. He's got an ungodly amount of them from the series. Nice. It's a blast. So,
and good on you for army building the armies, getting them all those stormtroopers. You know how hard of a time I had trying to explain to my mom why I needed multiple stormtroopers. And she just could not figure it out. And I'm like, how many stormtroopers do you see in the movies? A lot. I need a lot. Yeah. No, I'm only getting you one. So you got to try to get the variant ones so that you can get multiples.
Yeah. Well, and we're playing a game on the phone right now. It's called Star Wars Hunters, where it's like a shoot 'em up kind of game, and they have a variation of different characters. So it's got instead of a stormtrooper, it's got one particular a heavy gunner stormtrooper. So he's got a cracked helmet, and there's a pair of Jawas that sit on top of each other and they do things. And there's a character that's it's a Wookiee, and there's just species of characters. So now he wants to take some of the smaller guys that he has, and he wants to make variations of what they look like from the game. So we're going to try to customize a couple of these. So
getting the customizing bug, huh?
Oh, he's had it. It's in his blood. He can't
avoid
avoid that.
That's awesome.
Right. Get him now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is absolutely an amazing story. And I love, it's one of the things that I like about being an adult toy collector is sharing that passion with my son. And even though he is of the more modern video game age and everything like that, he still just enjoys playing around with some toys with his dad. Yeah. He's 9 years old. He's coming into those preteen years. But, when he comes here, we like playing with some toys and having adventures with him. That's what it's a great part of it.
My youngest now, I've got twins that are 18, and I swear none of my kids, as they've gone through this, have cared about toys at all. Now, my stepson Jacob, he is into Mythic Legions. He's much older, and he'll come to Legions Con and stuff with us. But none of my my kids that were here living with us at the house, none of them were interested in toys. Now, my one of my kids, she really likes wrestling, so seems like she's starting to get into kind of some of the wrestling figures.
Yeah.
So I got her. Yeah, I got her a CM Punk figure that she was looking for this past week, and she was excited about that. So, yeah.
My kids are only. My kids are old now.
Guy.
He's what?
Tony's a Cody Rhodes guy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Great wrestler.
Both good choices.
Yeah, I
Both
didn't get
good
him. I
choices.
didn't get my daughter a Conan figure though, Joe. So
My kids actually it kind of started with the wrestling because we watched wrestling together. I probably bought them 500 Jack specific wrestling
Oh my
figures
god,
back
those
in the day.
figures. Yeah,
Oh,
the
man.
rubber with the bone crunch.
Yep. And but they would only play with them with me. You know, as soon as I wasn't around, they were on video games. So I wouldn't exactly call them toy fans.
Well, that's the thing though, right? Like, because with kids, I don't know, like we all used to play with our other friends and take our toys out into the neighborhood and everything else and like play with our friends out there. And kids like playing toys with other people, not always by themselves. Now, I mean, I could have a huge adventure in my room by myself, and sometimes I preferred it that way because, you know, so and so down the street, he doesn't play with his toys right anyway. But, you know, like a lot of kids today don't have that same social interaction on how to play with one another with the toys. And if it's not us playing with them, they really, I've just noticed from my own personal observations, they don't know how to play with toys when it's just them. Connor, fortunately, has also gotten the idea of how to pose figures because he does do that. Like, you know, we just recently got him all the Cobra Kai TMNT crossover toys. So, like, he's got those posed on his desk. He's got some of the new Ghostbusters posed on his desk. He's got that damn Dragon Zord Ultimate Super 7 posed on his desk. I'm still out of my mind that I spent that for him. But
I tell you what, though, my kids had the coolest steel cage, though, because we didn't like the ones that you could buy. So
gotta make
I live on a farm. Yeah. So we
You
made it
welded
out
one
of,
together, didn't you?
oh wow.
yes, out of chicken wire and welding rod.
That's
So
awesome.
you make
And
like
it
the
was
proper Hell in the
amazing.
Cell all the way
It
up.
was. Yep.
Making a
I even
barbed
put a
wire
little
mat.
gate on top so that mankind
go
could get
for
choke
it.
slammed through it.
First one to get tetanus loses.
Hey, I spray painted
they
it so
win.
it wouldn't rust.
Even better, hit it with that Rust-Oleum.
So, but yeah,
That's awesome.
that was fun. And at the time, let's see, Mr. Kennedy was really popular, so I rigged it up with a hook on the roof, so on the
Drop
ceiling,
the mic.
so they could
There you
drop
go.
the microphone down for him to grab it and stuff. I had a lot of fun with that, and my kids put up with me. So yeah,
You know, that's actually one of those things that led me into getting that Alien Queen Hive playset. Was I wanted to make a giant hive diorama because I was getting back into adult collecting with
Right.
NECA aliens and
Oh,
wanting
yeah.
to make that. So like I was getting all this stuff and Connor keeps seeing me getting all these aliens toys in. And he's like, "Can I play with those?" And I was like, "No, no, these are not, this one broke coming out of the package. No, you cannot play with these." So then I went online and I was like looking up how much the old Kenner toys were. And most of them are relatively cheap, but that playset was rare to begin with. And then
Right.
the fact that it was still factory sealed from 1992. And I was just like, 400, I'm spending it because I never had this one as a kid too. This is just as much of a grail for me as it's going to be for him. And we're opening it. And that is a gruesome playset, man. They got like webbed up Marines inside the playset that you can see, like they're sculpted in there, but there's no paint detail. And they got like terrified looks all over their face, all over it.
careful, you're gonna give Curtis nightmares.
No, they're not forcing anything down
Yeah.
anybody's throat. They do have the slime thing on the back that you can open up and pour slime over, but it's not going down anybody's throat.
That's fine then. That's cool.
Yeah.
I was never a slime kid. Like any of the
Really?
that stuff with slime, it
I
grossed me
loved
out.
it. Horde playset, you know, the slime pit, the freaking Ghostbusters firehouse.
The first time you use it, like it starts getting, dust
Oh,
and dirt and
yeah.
debris and hair and everything. And
It's
it's
true.
Like,
It did.
Like
It
it does
would.
not have staying power at all.
It did not matter how clean your house was. You know,
Yeah.
like your mom cleans like hourly. Did not matter. That slime found every speck of whatever it was she missed.
Yeah. There was one of my favorite toy sets was the you know the Mego Pocket Heroes? They're like the little figures that Mego did. They
Yeah.
did a Bat Cave for them that was
Ooh.
so fucking cool, man. I love that thing. It was awesome.
Play sets were just better when we were kids.
Oh,
now
yeah.
we get to make them, you know, and that's kind of the fun part.
Now we got all the diorama people making play sets for us.
Right?
Yeah.
I know my boy Emerald Knight, John, he just got he got like some castle walls from Carver that he just got in. He actually took a picture with his skeletons earlier.
He's got like a Patreon now that like you can get early access or something to it. So
yeah, it was really cool that he got that in, and John's already he had all 3 of his skeletons posed up in front of it already. I was like, they look so good, man. I can't wait till Necronominus gets here.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I got so many of those Templars coming between Necronominus and then All Stars 6. Like, I got a million Templars coming, so can't wait.
It's not a bad thing, right? Like, you never feel bad about it after you buy 4 Horsemen.
Yeah.
You may be a little hesitant when you're spending the money and you're like, oh man, did I really just spend that much? But then like you sit there and you kind of forget about it. And then it shows up and you're like, totally worth every penny.
Yeah.
There's some
I'm always sad that I couldn't spend more.
Beg to differ.
Yeah.
I agree with Joe on that one. I'm definitely always sad I can't spend more.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed they still had like some of the in-stock stuff up today.
Yeah, they said some of that stuff is going to just stay up there. So
it's part of the in-stock section.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool because I was able to go on.
Jeremy was real careful to not bring up the term evergreen, but the way that he was describing it was kind of that way, that like, hey, there's just certain ones that we kind of expect that they're going to be on there pretty often. So
they just got so much overhead with them, probably, I'm sure.
They just don't want to call them peg warmers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to think that anything would sit, you know, but
Swing.
I ordered Bud. I just got him deluxe goblin builder because, you know, he's
nice.
He's a big fan of the goblins, and he was like talking about it for a while. So
it makes a great dwarf.
That's true. It does.
Well, he hasn't had too many, so it was really good. I think now I've actually bought him every single one that he owns. Come to think of it, I don't care. He enjoys it, and I enjoy buying it for him. He gets all happy about it.
Hell yeah!
So, I mean, that's half the fun of this, right?
Well, let's take a look and see what they actually have left over there. So
I know they still had pretty much all of the new Legion builders.
We still got blank skateboard. A Farius. I'm not a centaur guy, man. I just can't get into the centaurs.
I just want it for the adapter so that when the Trapiculi, my skeletal horse, comes in, that's all I want it for. I don't care.
The Boreas, listen, I'm like the least horse fan in the world, but Boreas is the coolest out of all the horses, in my opinion. That's a nice one.
Still, they're all my headless horseman's horse.
Anyone listening, buy them all. Don't listen.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Deluxe Legion builders. You got Demistros out there still. I'm surprised Demistros is still there. I figured that'd be gone by now.
It's because people want them with that translucent green head, and that one doesn't come with it.
I actually like this version better. I think the bones color looks better than the green one.
It certainly
you lose
works better.
You lose a lot of detail with the translucent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Anytime you got the translucent plastic, you just lose detail.
Why not display both?
Shoot, that was one I forgot to show.
You're like
earlier.
the biggest enabler there is, Joe.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You know.
Boom, enabled.
I forgot to show this guy off earlier too. Speaking of translucent, Forgotten King from Monster Force. This was a Joe Fest exclusive.
Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, and there's a lot of detail in there. I can't wait until these guys actually start coming out.
That's cool.
Yeah. That one's dope.
Yeah,
I've still got Dracula coming too. I needed to get these guys.
That's the red one, right?
Yeah, the red one. I want to see if I could swap the head with the one from Borges Vermilion too.
This ogre accessory pack for $20 is such a good deal, man. I mean,
yeah.
Just the pauldrons alone. Like if you were to buy ogre pauldrons from a third-party vendor that unpainted, you're probably going to pay $25 just for the pauldrons alone.
Easy.
And these are painted with great detail on it. I mean, you can see there, you got the fur, you got all the rivets and everything. Like, I mean, great detail on that. And you get the head, and you get the antlers, and you get, you know, the
hammer,
big giant ass shield with the logo, and yeah, dude, the goat mace or whatever the fuck that thing's called.
It's a steel.
So only the half giants were sold with the accessory pack, but the accessory packs were sold by themselves.
Correct. They had more accessory packs than they had half giants. So the half giant was sold with the accessory pack, but they do have the accessory pack separately. So
gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, that for $20, that's a great deal. And then
I just bought a cape. I want to put like those shoulder pauldrons with a cape on Kurzog.
Oh,
make him look, you know, he's like the king of the ogres, right? I want to make him look more regal.
Hold on, I think we have somebody. I think we might have somebody here. Hold on, is there somebody there? Hello? Who's that?
Well, hello there.
Hey.
Yeah.
Drive to. What are we looking at here? Are we live?
Yeah, no, you're live right now.
Live.
Sausage King of New Jersey here, y'all.
Yeah, this is BitCon.
It's the night. Are we on right now?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're on.
This is live.
Yeah, you're on BitCon.
BitchCon.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
I know that guy. He sent me a bunch of raisins.
BitchCon
man.
from IshCon.
All right. So
What's
at
up?
this point,
The show.
yeah, I can't hardly hear anything you're saying, but I'm just going to walk around and.
Yeah, we're basically
We're
saying
live.
fuck all you guys that are at IshCon.
Yeah.
And if they can't hear it, even better.
Be a happy
Yeah, if they
birthday.
can't hear anything, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Old-fashioned.
FAH-Q.
Look at
Hold
all
up,
these
we're not
people
done.
having fun, eating.
Wait, there's a lot of blue light
Talking.
coming from this direction.
Enjoying people's
Uh-oh,
company.
blue light, blue light, blue light, blue light,
Oh.
blue light, blue
Oh,
light.
wait, Can we take a minute?
Y'all
Oh, look at this.
Hey.
Oh, look at that.
Look at this. Son of a
Beautiful.
bitch.
Handsome man.
Shave
Yeah,
that
they're
head.
pissed off, yeah.
Shaving that head.
Well, no one's stopping you from coming.
Why is there
Gonna
blue
sh-
light? What are you talking about blue light?
I didn't say anything about blue
Blue
light.
light, blue light.
I heard somebody talking blue
Wasn't
light.
me. Wasn't me.
Hey, he's an 80s kid. We grew up.
Hey, that's Stacy Linlin's husband.
That is Stacey Lynn's husband.
Under millennial.
It was a van.
Hey, aren't you guys supposed to be in Legion's chat?
This is actually the newest admin of the Cabal, the one and only Chris
Really?
James. Yep.
Nice.
Wow.
Let's see.
Nice.
Boom, enabler.
No, just ignore me. That is the boom enabler.
That does count.
You may or may not be live.
Write it down.
All right, we're gonna write it down.
Oh,
That counts.
chief enabling
I'm sorry,
officer.
no, hold up. Pause. We really need to introduce him properly. Ladies and gentlemen, I want everybody, can we get a moment of silence? Thank you. I would like everybody to take.
All right.
All right.
And-
Yeah.
Really took that moment of
And-
silence serious.
Yeah.
Right?
It's okay. Serious moment of silence. We're gonna have a blackout moment of silence. So, and that was it. That was IshCon, everybody. So,
There we go. There we have it.
It looks
IshCon.
like fun. Yeah.
What is this witchcraft?
Sure.
I don't know.
Oh, just real quick, I gotta apologize to Chris.
Oh, there we are.
Oh,
Sorry.
wait, there we are.
Hold
Sorry.
on,
So
we got him back.
I went through this whole just introduction, and Jordan was
beautiful,
calling,
man.
and it threw us off. But again, what are you doing with your life if you don't know who the chief enabling officer of Four Horsemen Studio Toy Designs, who he is? But
Is it our Lord and Savior?
whether you're worthy or
Jeremy
not,
Gerard?
here's a glimpse. The one and only Sir Jeremy Gerard.
Hey, everyone.
What's
And
up?
so hotel security has been called. That was all the time I got with him today. We also have the one and only Eric Miller.
Hey, guys.
You have all been enabled.
That counts.
I'll keep walking in. Oh,
Oh,
I've already been told to stay away from this guy today, but that's you want to like Jordan jokes about being the wholesome warlock. Jordan jokes about being wizard. This man's an actual wizard.
Oh, okay.
The things he does would just, I mean, can you actually warp space and time, or just ZBrush and sculpts and plays?
Just ZBrush.
He's lying. I've seen him warp space and time, but he's modest. He's modest. So we've got all of these here. Like, you can collect them. Like, seriously, on the black market, you can buy anything. And if you want us to take Eric home, no, you continue your conversation. If you want us to bring Eric to you, like, seriously, hit the Cash App. Oh, Joe. Joe
looks like
Vestfall
you
said we cannot bring
in
Eric
trouble.
to you.
Yeah.
That he needs.
I've seen that face before.
Bettering
Get
the
away,
world
Van.
with his
Get away,
wonderful
Van.
toy
Hurry up.
designs and yeah.
Hurry up, Van.
Yes,
Get
sir.
away.
We tried.
You're scaring Anthony.
Tried to get him to you guys.
I've seen that
Right,
face.
but no.
It's not good. It's not going to bode well.
Yeah, no. Hit his Cash App. Apparently, it's his Cash App. Yeah. Gotcha.
My boss.
Yeah.
Not your boss.
No, there's a dollar amount. We just have not reached that cap yet. And I'd like to take y'all over there, but we may or may not have been asked to not approach the Anthony Velez and crew. So
What about Jordan?
did somebody say tacos?
Where's Jordan at?
Oh, my goodness.
I didn't require consent. I'm just
Yeah.
yeah. I don't require consent. Yeah, you're in public, so yeah, sorry. And at that point, thank you for letting us play this evening. Curtis, I'll tell you a story later, but we have to turn off the camera now. Y'all have a good evening.
Okay. Yeah.
Love you all.
Fuck
Let's
you
go
all.
off world.
Later.
Yep.
Play the song. I missed it, but I'd like to hear it.
Okay. All right, we're back to Joe being big. So
I'm huge.
I mean, you play with him enough, he gets that way.
I just wanted to pull up one more thing on this thing. Joe, more swigs out there. Come on.
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm planning. I'm probably going to order 3 more this week. So
$10 flat rate. You can't beat it.
Mhm. Can't beat it even with a big stick. I did want to say, well, Chris Ferrone was here though. I got those flag stands from him and I have all the flags. I put all the flags in the stands, took a picture of it, and then forgot about it. And
They look cool.
posted it. They look really
Flag
cool.
stands are awesome. Yeah.
I'll probably post that picture pretty soon if I don't keep forgetting.
Oh, it looks like Anthony's got one.
Great.
Oops,
There
hold
we
on.
go.
Yeah.
Great for shields, too.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool.
It's a way to stow your shield.
Wait,
and
wait,
hope to
wait,
God
wait,
it
wait,
doesn't
wait.
break.
You put the dwarf emblem on a circle shield? That's awesome.
Absolutely.
It does look really good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Everything's better when it's
Oh.
dwarf related.
What do you just drilled a hole and then popped it in?
Yep.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Very dangerous over short distances.
Yeah, that's cool. What do we got here?
And the only reason I have a neck beard is because I have to wear a respirator at work. So, yeah, it's against the rules to have
The full beard because it doesn't make the
Yeah.
full contact. I'm so
Yep.
glad I work from home because when they said that, I was getting real mad about the idea of having to shave off my beard.
Yup. Well, fellas, anything else we want to address? I mean, we're already past 2 hours. Anything else we want to talk about before we close out the show?
You know, you invite me on a stream and you just go longer than you expect. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I know. We didn't do the whole 24 hours like you do, but you know.
It'll be another year before I go 24 hours again. That's for sure.
Normally Jesse or Dooch have lightning round question for us, but neither one of them here. Anybody got a lightning round question for the group?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Aced it.
Thank you.
What's this about wood?
Get the tables.
Joe, you got a lightning round question?
I don't. I'm thinking about it, but I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm scrolling scrolling. I'm trying to find one. Man, these are stupid.
I did want to say that Legion's Con is going to be my first con, and the main reason I'm excited to go is to meet the people. I can get the toys from home. I hope that, 16 people watching right now, but anybody who wants to talk to me, feel free to come
10,
on up and chat
10.
it up.
11. Just 5 of us are in the chat, probably.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys can talk to me too. It's fine.
Well, now that you've given us permission, I appreciate that, Joe.
Yeah.
Before I was a little iffy whether I should approach you or
That's
not.
the main thing that I'm looking forward to. You know, it's getting to chat with everybody. So, last couple of years, I've made a lot of friends here online. So
here we go. We'll just go with this one. We'll start with Oz. We'll work our way around clockwise. Let's see. What is a skill that you have that most people don't know?
I could bend my thumb all the way back to my wrist.
Oh wow.
There you go. That's a thing.
That is something.
And then if I put something on the tip of it, I can launch it like a catapult.
That's pretty good. I don't think I can top that. Yeah.
It's just something I've never shown live before. So there you go, folks. Exclusive to Let's Go Off-World. Oz can contort his joints in ways they shouldn't.
All right, Joe.
I don't think I have any skills, to be honest.
Bow staff skills, nunchuck skills.
I got nunchuck skills and bow staff.
I can't think of a single thing, actually.
Can you stick out your tongue and touch the tip of your nose?
No, my tongue is actually really short. Why do you think I've been divorced twice? So
whoa.
No, yeah. Move on. I can't think of anything. Like I got no skills.
All right, Anthony.
That no one knows. I mean, I'm about as open,
or that not many people know.
Oh, I throw axes. I'm pretty half decent with that.
When you say half decent, like what do we like? You throw 10 axes at a target. How many you hitting?
Don't play William Tell with them. That's all.
I'd say 8.
8 out of 10. Wow, that's pretty fucking good.
That's more than halfway decent. Just saying.
I've got. You know what? I've gotten pretty good at throwing them dual wielding. Actually, you know what? I can throw them at the same time.
Wow.
To where they land.
Wow.
I do have some video of that too.
Does that mean you actually get 18 out of 20 instead?
So after the nuclear apocalypse, Anthony's gonna survive, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
right.
He's
definitely
just
going to be chucking axes everywhere.
Yeah.
He's going to be chucking axes at zombies, and Oz is going to be.
I'll be flipping paper balls at him like it's going to do something.
Yeah, let's go dual wielding throwing axes.
All right, Ryan, skill that you have that not many people know about.
Nothing. Yeah, I don't have skills.
Okay, all right, nothing. You got nothing.
You got something.
I can dance really good when I'm fucking wasted, but can't everyone?
Hey man, no, that's a skill.
So you have to be drunk, but then you can dance. That's the thing?
No, I can dance when I'm not drunk. I'm just saying it's more enjoyable to watch when I am.
Oh,
drunk.
gotcha.
I was told back in the 90s that the rhythm was going to get me, and I'm still waiting.
Tanya says, I am co-host on a YouTube show. There aren't many people that not many people know about. Okay. Everybody knows Tanya and the Legions ladies. Fantastic. Every other Thursday. Yesterday they had a great show with Jesse on there. He was awesome. They did a great job.
Wait. This is absolutely
Yeah.
That's your skill as being married to Amber.
He just lost his name, is just officially going to be from now on Amber's husband.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I would say that a lot of people know that I paint figures, but I also do a lot of like other types of customizing, dremeling, sculpting, things like that. I really enjoy that stuff, which means that I don't put out. I do put out, but I don't. I don't put out as
y'all
many.
Clip that Curtis puts out.
I don't put out as many like customs and projects and stuff because I'm not just painting. A lot of times I'm very much fabricating things and doing stuff, and I really enjoy that. Like I would say a majority of my customs at some point I've got the Dremel out to the point where I was using a corded Dremel, and it was just so much of a hassle to like plug it in and get it ready and all this kind of stuff that I'm now using a cordless Dremel. And it's just so much easier, man. I can get into, tighter spaces and everything. It's really cool. So
right on,
no, I hear that.
Hey, I did think of something.
Sure.
I guess for this audience, my online audience probably doesn't know. I grew up on a farm. So I can ride a horse, I can rope cattle, branding, ear tagging, castrating. Like I can do all that stuff because I
do it all.
Okay, roll that back a little bit.
You're not gonna like the answer, but go ahead and ask.
So you've got okay. How does one become skilled at castrating?
So this is, I knew you were going to ask about that. So nowadays,
it takes balls.
Does it take balls?
It takes balls off. Nowadays, like
you have to be nuts to do it.
When my dad would do it, there's this little machine that stretches a rubber band, and you just put it over, and they just slowly shrivel and fall off. Right, that's the humane way of doing it. But I worked for my neighbor, an old Italian guy, and he liked to do it the old-fashioned way.
Hey, I was going to cut off the balls.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So the old-fashioned way.
Where do you think the meatballs come from?
And if anybody's got a weak stomach, I apologize in advance. But
if you're also at IshCon, fuck you anyway. So
right, that's true. you grab the bottom of the sack and you just cut it off with a knife. When that happens, they retract up into the body. You got to reach up there and grab them with your hand and then stretch them way out. So when you cut the cords, you cut the cord high and it snaps back into the body so it won't get infected. Then you grab some salve and rub on there and let them go. And they usually run away.
You just trimmed them off. The least you could do is rub them afterwards.
And then you save them all in a coffee can, and then you can fry them up later. And
I mean, I wouldn't want to go through. I wouldn't want to go through having that done, but the salve part sounds interesting.
Well, you put bag balm on it so it doesn't get infected. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
there you go, folks.
So what do we have to do to get you to rub salve on our balls at Legion's?
Just ask.
Just got to rip them off first. I don't know if you want to do the first part.
Yeah. No, are you kidding? I'd be honored. Yeah. Just line up, drop your drawers.
He's like, it's my first Legion's Con. I'm fair game for everything, whatever.
Whatever you guys want to do, I'm down.
Joe's castrations.
I'm that guy. Like let's whatever it is, whatever we're doing, let's go.
Wait, nope, not that one. Where was it? Legends Collector was asking what cordless rotary tool I use. It is. Let me share my screen.
Joe's cordless was a Holstein.
It is this one here. So whatever that is, Jenelson cordless. It's okay. I mean, it's a cheap little one. I'm thinking about upgrading to something with a little bit more power. They've got some that have like interchangeable batteries. So I've been thinking about kind of upgrading to something like that. Like one of these guys, like these $50 ones.
Ryobi's probably got one. The battery is like 3 times the size of the Dremel, but yeah.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I really like the size of this one. It's so tiny that I can get into really tight spaces and stuff. So if you get too big, like something like this, you're back to where you were with kind of the cord. So I don't know. But, maybe something like this, if it had more power and last long. Because this thing here, I mean, if I use it for 30, 40 minutes, it's pretty much dead, and it needs to charge up. So, maybe something a little bit longer battery life. Like this looks pretty good here. So I may look at getting a different one, but for right now, I've been using this one for the past year or so, and it works out really well. So,
and at $15.99, you're really going to be mad if it dies out on you,
right? You just buy another one, and yeah. In fact, that's actually not a bad idea. I could buy a second one, and just when the one's dead,
ooh, yeah,
and grab
rotate
the other
them.
one. Yeah,
that's smart. I like that.
That's not a bad idea.
SMRT, smart.
There you go. Let's see. I got a lot of genital comments.
I've touched a lot of balls for a straight guy. Just gotta say.
Gotcha.
General genitalia.
All right. I'm pulling something up. Talk amongst yourselves.
This is what always happens when we go over 2 hours. It's all downhill.
It's like the very end of the clubhouse where I'm going to spend an hour and a half looking for one Valiant Night photo from a month and a half ago, and I can't find it anywhere.
All right, let's show this.
That was a great night. I was just
all right. We got a little video here. Looks like a little Anthony action. This is 2 axes.
Oh, nice.
Here we go. Damn.
Nice.
Look at that. So, both of them bullseye.
Anthony, the next time we're castrating cows, you want to stop by and I'm just saying, man,
get out of the truck.
That's pretty good accuracy.
I'll just come from afar.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't even have to get close. Yeah.
Yeah, I take back my William Tell comment before. Joe, you just pull them on out, stretch them like pretty far.
Yeah. Hang them like this.
By.
Just stand there like this, right? And I'll just swing them on by. I'll work on my sidearm.
I trust you, man. I trust
you. Guys could film that for a show.
Dremels are good. Fordham tools are dope. I don't know what that is. Fordham?
Something to look up.
I guess we'll have to look that up.
Probably a brand. If it has
she has a Dremel 7760 cordless. So
no one cares, Tanya. You're at IshCon.
That's true. Yeah,
rubbing intercom, rubbing in the freaking tools. We see how to
IshCon people. So, all right, what did he say?
A Fordham. I pulled it up over here.
Yeah.
What the hell is this shit? Is it like an air compressor?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, here we go. Fordham rotary tool. Hold on a second. I'll share screen. I still remember how to do this though. Ish. I mean, you gonna pay for it.
Oh wow, $400. Holy shit!
Yeah, but it looks
that's why it has a lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
Pedal control.
My
is
dad
this like
has
if you wanted to be a dentist. What the fuck is this?
No, you know what? My dad has one of those for his gourds for when he does all the gourds. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I could definitely see how
not
big did it get?
But not at that price. He did not pay that much.
Oh, I'm sure he's got a cheaper one. This is Amazon too, so you know they don't always have the cheapest.
What did Tanya say? She said Dremel.
That thing's massive though. What other kind of stuff?
It looks like you're doing dental work with it.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen this exact thing in the dentist's office.
Maybe it'll pay for itself if I can, take care of a couple of my kids' cavities or something.
Right? The money you save going to the dentist for sure.
Okay.
Deburring, cutting, shaping. I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure like this you could do the engraving with that this is advertising.
Interesting. This one looks pretty damn good. Okay, I'm gonna steal back from you.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is that one that Tanya was talking about. Dremel 7760.
Oh yeah, that's actually the one I got my uncle the other year.
I mean, it's cordless. It still looks fairly
for $60.
Small. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, look at that! They're doing dog nails with it. Man, my dog fucking.
That's because it's for. It's a nail grinder and trimmer. That's what it's for.
Well, yeah, but it's got other. It had. Well, yeah.
All you got to do is crack the plastic tip off, and you'd be fine.
Well, I don't even think you have to do that. It comes off.
No, it pops off.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
swap out.
But yeah, this one maybe
Yeah.
there's another one that's not for.
You can buy huge
Oh, yeah, here-
kits of different
here's one
Dremel.
that's not for animals, but it's still
Yeah.
7760. So yeah, that's not bad.
No,
I
not
mean,
bad at
$60
all.
is a little bit more expensive, but I wonder if it says how long the battery lasts on these things. Let's
Oh,
see.
wait,
Rechargeable 4-volt.
2 hours, 2 amp hours on it.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. Quick accessory changes.
Look, if you're spending more than 2 hours on a project trying to grind something down, then
You're using
got
the
another-
wrong size.
you got
grinder.
another. You got another issue.
I do a lot of parts at once though. Like I'll just bounce from one to another. So, but yeah, that's kind of cool. I might check that out.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense if you're doing several pieces at a time and you're kind of doing the same grind over and over again.
Yeah.
But other than that though, yeah, if you're grinding for 2 hours with one tool, like you're using the wrong size.
Let me see what it says on that one that I had. Well, anything else, guys? Anything that any new toys or anything you've seen recently that you're excited for or anything?
Mondo Real Ghostbusters. Did you get a chance to look at those last week?
I did. They look
man.
pretty cool. I'm not a huge Ghostbuster fan, but when they announced that several months ago, I was excited for what it meant for potentially other lines. And so I'm more excited about the Motu 2000X. Like that, I'm really excited about.
And it's going to be 1/12 scale too, which is
Right,
nice.
that's what I'm
Normally
saying.
they do the 1/6. So
Yeah.
Wait, that Mondo 2000X is 1/12 scale?
Yes.
Yep. That's going to be 1/12.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
That's
I
why
know,
it was
right?
big news coming out of
Oh,
Comic-Con.
that's
Yeah.
a different. That's a whole new set of. Oh, wow.
but
Okay.
it's only going to be the 2000X though from the
Only.
MYP cartoon. So
which
Oh,
tells me we're probably not going to get any 2000X Masterverse ever because it would be a competing size.
yeah.
But honestly, if they're going to be doing them by Mondo, who the gives a shit about Masterverse
crap.
versions?
I guess I'm getting my first
Yeah.
Mondo figure.
You know, that's what happened to me with the Ghostbusters. Because again, it's also 1/12 scale. It's not 1/6 for the Ghostbusters. And those, we got an official Boogeyman figure, and that's awesome.
They said that they're going to be doing them in waves of 3. It sounds like we're only going to get one wave a year. And the first wave is supposed to be one good guy and 2 bad guys. And then I think the next year it'll flip and it'll be 1 bad guy, 2 good guys. So
I'm solid with that though. So like your first year out, you're gonna have probably He-Man, Skeletor, Beastman, which for a lot of people they would just buy that run and be done.
yeah, I don't know that you'll get. We already know they're going to do He-Man because that was the one that they teased. I don't know that we get Skeletor the first year. If they're only doing 3
right.
figures, I think Skeletor hits the second wave.
Second year, so that people are more inclined to buy it.
Yeah.
Oh man, if I get my Stratos like that,
I think
oh,
you do He-Man and 2 Evil Warriors, and then next year they do Skeletor and 2 Masters.
Heroic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good way to do it too, because that way you're more inclined. Now, with the wave, because like what they're doing with the Ghostbusters, right? So like they're gonna have 2-packs, and the 2-packs are
It's really a
$250.
3-pack, kind of.
It is
Yeah.
kind of a 3-pack the way they're doing it, but they call it a 2-pack for $202, and you get a Ghostbuster, Pet Ghost, and then the Big Ghost, and the Big Ghost is going to be larger scale too, right?
Yeah, the big ghosts are massive.
Oh yeah, they're like 8-9 inches.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have Venkman, Slimer, and Samhain, and then it's gonna be Egon, the Blue Ghost from the intro, and the Boogeyman. So I wonder if
that Boogeyman is badass looking.
So good.
Like I'm not a huge Ghostbuster guy, but that Boogeyman is pretty awesome.
He was terrifying to me as a kid. Like like his voice, his presence, scary as fuck. And now, like finally seeing him in toy form, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if that's how they're going to do the waves. Like, would you have to buy all three? Like, would you have to buy the complete wave?
Maybe you
Or
would. I don't know.
are you going to be able to pick and choose? Because they are giving the option that you can do the single Ghostbuster character with Pet Ghost for only 100. But they're not going to do singles on the big ghosts.
Gotcha.
Because then there's a lot of people who already have Plasma series that probably would just buy the ghosts as opposed to buying their version of the Ghostbusters. But, you know, I don't care either way. Like, I'm in love with the freaking real Ghostbusters. And you're right. Announcing 2000X that is my favorite version of He-Man.
Same.
Like,
I was just hoping we would get 1/12 Masters from Mondo in any form or fashion.
Right.
The fact that it's 2000X is just kind of icing on the cake. So yeah.
Well, and when you see them do stuff like, you know, we've had them do Battle Cat, Panther, Scaremare, the Sky Sled. Like, in a 1/6 scale, you can't really do much more than that for vehicles and stuff, right? It'd just be too huge.
Yeah.
People said 1/12 scale vehicles would be too huge. 1/6 scales, like, you know, again,
they did that
Big Wind Raider at 1/6 scale.
Yeah, they did that Sky
Right.
Sled for 1/6, and dude, I
That
don't know if
thing's
you bought that,
huge.
but it was very expensive for not much going on. Like, there's no moving parts really. There's no light up effects. There's no whatever.
No, it's just
and
that
it was,
sculpting detail and a couple of swappable
yeah, and
parts.
it was what, 500 or
Between that,
400?
well, you get it and you get Prince Adam. So I mean, or no, wait, I'm still thinking.
No, you
Origins.
didn't.
That was,
I don't think you got a figure.
yeah,
of it.
that
It
was
the Sky
just
Sled. Yeah.
Yeah, Sky Sled. Shoot, you're right. I'm thinking Origins where it came with Prince Adam, but either way, though, like, it just boggles my mind. And even again at 1/12, paying 100 for a single figure, that's a lot for me. That's pricey. I mean, unless
All
you're
right.
really getting a whole lot. So.
Speaking moistly, 2000X, Evelyn and Sorceress are the best version of those characters. Okay, I will agree with you on Evelyn, possibly. I think Revolution had some good versions of Evelyn, but Sorceress, I don't like the color scheme they use. Now, I did see, because we're doing, Dooch and I are on Legends of Grayskull right now, are doing a review of the whole MYP series.
Yeah.
And he had told me, because all those designs for those characters were done by the Four Horsemen, and originally that design for the Sorceress that they did was colored in more of the traditional color scheme for the Sorceress. And if you see that design in the old color scheme, the more kind of Filmation color scheme, that design looks really badass. I do not like the color scheme that they used in that cartoon. I think it doesn't work for me.
To me, I actually like it a little bit more because, again, it was very Egyptian motif, and that kind of green with the golds, very, I don't know, it just comes off more Egyptian. I'm obsessed with Egyptology, so.
See, I was obsessed with Sorceress. Like, that was my first crush. So, changing that up and making her look something, I'm like, no, that's not my MILF,
So this is where the lip fetish on the figures comes from. He was lipping the shit out of Sorceress.
No, I did. I actually did not have that figure growing. She was in one of the later waves, wasn't she?
She was like 86,
like 5th or 6th wave or something.
Yeah, she came out in like 86, like towards the end of the run.
Yeah. I do
like the
design,
Queen Grayskull design. I thought was really cool.
Definitely. And honestly, just like even the introduction of the lore of actual King Grayskull in that series. And that's the other thing I like too. Like, if you get, and again, talking about buying Mondos and getting 2 of them, getting 2 of these He-Man, like, they showed off. You got the hair for the King Grayskull look on him as well.
Yeah,
which is great. I did think it was weird they gave him the Filmation Power Sword, though. Like, you get the actual Power Sword that we're familiar with, and then they're giving him the Filmation
that
one.
was kind of a different. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that.
That's weird.
I hope the Ghostbusters give me hope for that line, that Masters, though, because the Ghost are in different scale not different scale, but different size.
They're larger,
And
but
they're larger, but they're in scale. But that gives me hope for 2000X because some of those characters, like Clawful and Beastman, like some of those were like massive characters in
Whiplash was huge. His whole species.
But typically, when we get masters, they make them all kind of the same size. So yeah, if they do that, kind of like they're doing with the Ghostbusters, where we get these varying scales, like kind of like we did with the Stactions. Like the Stactions, I thought were fucking amazing.
Yeah, the Four Horsemen NECA.
Yeah,
for those they were really,
really
like
cool. That. It would be awesome. I would love a Clawful. I love the redesign of him in there.
Yeah.
I just wish he didn't talk because he's got the stupidest fucking voice.
He is derpy as hell.
There was going on, Skeletor. It's like, man, this guy's so badass looking until he opens his fucking mouth. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
So dumb. Oh, and Tuvar and Badra. That would be a badass one. I would love that. I loved what they did in this thing for the San Diego Comic-Con. It just didn't make sense that they did it in a Filmation style because those two were never shown in Filmation.
As separate characters in Filmation.
Separate characters, correct.
Right. We never saw that until we got to 2000X, and they were like, oh, we're just going to do it in the cartoon version.
Yeah.
Like, well, 2000X was a cartoon too, buddy. Okay. You've already done 2000X versions of Evelyn. You've done 2000X of King Randor, He-Man, Skeletor. Just give us that 2000X. And then they like tease like some cool accessories and stuff like on the covers of the comics. Yeah. But you're like, nope, you get a torso, you get you get the heads, and like that's it. It's like that's all you're getting.
Dylan's saying he's got to binge 2000X tonight now. It is on Amazon right now. Just FYI, if you're a member of Amazon Prime, it's on there for free. And if you do start watching it, just be aware, like I said, on YouTube, Legends of Grayskull, Dooch and I are doing recaps of every single episode. So if there's an episode you like or dislike or whatever, and you want to see what we have to say about it, tune in. We've had a lot of fun with that. That's been exciting. So
also, if you don't have Amazon Prime, if you go over to Mattel's YouTube page, over the past 2 years, they put up every episode on there too.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, all free. The whole thing.
Anthony, were you telling me of something that had cartoons that you were watching like last week or something?
Yeah, Amazon Prime has a WB Classic Rewind, I think it's called. And so last week they played in its entire run of Silverhawks, and then Centurions was on afterwards. Beetlejuice was just on. And so they'll take an entire run from beginning to end and play it straight through 24 hours a day. So like if I were to go upstairs and put something on right now, like I don't know what the first time I saw it was the Saturday morning cartoon of Mr. T. So it's all kinds of crazy stuff.
So it's like a live channel and whatever they're playing. That's
it's gotcha. So when you go to Amazon's live TV section, it's one of their selections. Gotcha. So like you can watch like 24 hours live of like Supermarket Sweep, but this is like one of those channels that are
interesting. I didn't know that they had.
Oh yeah. I say that because we have watched hours of Supermarket Sweep.
Gotta get the hams and you gotta get the bonuses.
The big inflatable.
Yeah, you gotta get the inflatables. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
go get the detergent. You gotta get some detergent.
It's funny to see what was expensive at one point then and now. Yeah,
yeah.
Anybody check out the new Batman cartoon?
I have.
Batman Great Crusade. I think it's pretty good.
Is it good?
Wow. And did you see the crew that's involved in making it?
Bruce Timm and
J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, Ed Brubaker's with it. It's a whole cast of people that are involved with Batman or comic books and all that stuff.
I'll give it a chance, but I'm not hearing what I'm like. Well, I'm not liking what I'm hearing.
Did you like the animated series? The old Batman animated?
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like the best animated series ever, but I did think it was good. Yes.
So I kind of think it has some vibes from that.
Oh,
it's not like a copy of it, but like like it has that vibe where they're kind of reimagining it in a cool way.
The scenery, the set designs, the costumes, all that feels very vintage of animated series.
Yeah, they use the original Clayface.
And we
this
lost
is
Joe.
still
And we
face.
lost Joe. He'll be back.
He will.
It usually
they-
like locks up for a second and then he's
Yep.
back. So
But the first couple villains,
Yeah.
I mean, they
So
don't waste any
there's
time.
My internet again. Yep.
Yeah, they don't waste any time like hitting you with like heavy hitters for villains.
I don't like
I
when
gotta
they
check.
drastically change something about a character. You know,
Oh
like,
gosh, be open-minded, Curtis.
like I said, I'll watch it. I'll give it a chance.
If
but
it's
it's like
it,
you know,
it can
like,
be good
like,
even if it's different.
I get it, but like, there's no reason to it. Yeah, I don't know. Change for change isn't necessarily a good thing.
What I was saying,
So.
like with when my internet cut out, they actually used the original Clayface from the comics, not like the Mud Monster version that's probably the most popular, which was kind of awesome because it's a more, I don't know, it's not so much action, but more of a mental, villain.
And it was funny, Joe, because I wasn't familiar with that, and I kept thinking I was waiting to see the big mud monster going. I feel like that's what we're gonna get, and that wasn't it at all. I'm going, all right, it's got to be Clayface, and then then that's what we get. Going, all right, well maybe that was just a retake, or reimagining. But you're saying that's more.
That was actually the first Clayface villain. Was that one? Yeah, and then they've redone him like 12 times now. But yeah, that was actually the original version.
But like I like. With the cops, like you've got the dirty cops that are on the take, like they really make it a dirty, grimy noir type Gotham City. This is not a Justice. This is not a Justice League Batman. Like this Batman's not joining the Justice League, and Bruce Wayne is great. This is like your what's it like a Christopher Nolan Bruce Wayne, where like. He's a dirtbag. Like, some of the shit that he says or does, like, you're just like, yeah, like in the public eye, like the people definitely question some of his antics.
He's just a rich asshole, which is good.
So is he kind of like Batfleck's version in
No
ABS?
Like he's more he's more like what's his face?
From that,
Bale, Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
There you go.
He's kind of more like a Christian Bale kind of vibe, where with ladies and just the way he likes to talk and like, be very flirtatious.
He's Batman, and Bruce Wayne is the secret identity.
Yeah,
Gotcha. That's good.
And he shows like the detective work, like it's cool. Curtis, give it a shot. Give 3-4 episodes. I'm partway through the Catwoman episode. I have to finish that.
I will say, the Gotham series was very different takes on multiple characters, and I really enjoyed that. So if there's a chance, it just feels like, from what I've heard, that they're just throwing some shit, like changing some shit that doesn't need to be changed. It's not, it's not we're being creative. It's just like, oh, we're gonna make this person a woman, and we're gonna make that person black, and we're gonna make that's not improving.
I 100% disagree with that. I think that they did make some changes, but in a storytelling kind of way, that the characters act different or are presented in a different way.
Okay. I'll give it.
I don't want to give spoilers, but I disagree with that. I think they're different, but in a good way.
So without spoiling anything, Joe, what they did with the character in episode 1, I kind of dug it because it changed the dynamic as a instead of like the way that someone runs a club, but then also as part of the entertainment, kind of really throws a change in like the perception of a character, not expecting them to do more than you would think. Running the club is one thing, but then also being like part of the act, you're just kind of like that deception is more to it kind of thing. So
yes, and also the character doesn't tend to be that successful in the comics.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
where that was presented in a different way, I thought too.
Yeah.
Where it was more interesting because the characters seem to have more going for them. So.
And the Batmobile is pretty badass. It's got the Robert Pattinson kind of like more traditional car looking, but then it's got the animated series like motor kind of like the front end. It's like a little homage to both of those kind of put together. Like
so far I that's the only part of the series that I haven't been crazy about, because when I first saw it, I was like, Batman's driving a sedan. Like, what's going on here? Like, you know, but he does do some cool things with it. So
he needed the extra seating for all the adopted kids.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
He can't go with the coupe anymore. He needed the sedan now.
Right.
You know, he was 2 seconds away from getting a green station wagon with wood paneling.
All right. Okay, Zach. All right. Last lightning round question just came to me. Okay.
Who are you starting with?
TVs. We'll start with Ryan. We'll go around the other way.
Okay.
TVs, movies, cartoons, toys, whatever. Favorite Batmobile. Starting with Ryan.
Oh. I'm gonna go the Batman Beyond Batmobile, because is growing up, like I was on the tail end of the animated series, but Terry McGinnis was, for all intents and purposes, my Batman.
He's a great Batman too.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Batman Beyond was a fantastic show. Good choice, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to be part of a conversation where I'm not the baby anymore.
All right, not baby. What's your answer? Favorite
Superpowers Batmobile. That thing was just the best because it took the fun of the 66 Batmobile and then kind of put a little 80s vibe in it and had some cool action features to it.
Okay.
Definitely hit with a bit more of that Frank Miller feel to it.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
66. Black with the red striping, like, and when I was a little kid, you know, watching that on Nickelodeon, they'd have the reruns later at night. Yeah, that was like the first Batmobile I saw, and just kind of imprinted itself on my brain. I feel like that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oz?
I'm going with 89. I'm sorry. That version of it is just sweet, sexy, a lot of good curves.
We've had all different answers.
Bins is really,
I think
really
this shows how many great Batmobiles there are. Like,
right? Because you can't really give a wrong answer to this.
Dude, he is.
You can.
You can.
There's some bad ones.
Which Batmobile was not
good? If anybody would have said Batman Begins, I would have.
Tumblr.
Yeah,
the Tumblr is a wrong answer.
Okay.
I didn't like what was the one with the Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze. That one that like glowed and had the
Joel Schumacher one. It kind of seemed to like defeat the purpose of the Batmobile because it glowed. That being said, that new McFarlane Batmobile, that's still pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
And it glows. I don't care. It's still cool looking. It's a toy. I don't care.
I'm torn. My favorite live version is 66. My favorite toy is the Superpowers. And I love
battering ram in the front.
Yep. Battering ram in the front. You had the hook in the back that grabbed people, and the headlights lifted up and stuff.
Yep. I felt like it was a Porsche the way the headlights lifted up. That was just so cool.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the Superpowers one, and the reason I'm gonna go with it is because it's also the same look that they had when they were in the Scooby-Doo cartoons.
Yep.
And I fucking loved any time that I was watching Scooby-Doo and Batman and Robin would show up, it was like, okay, this is going to be a banger of a Scooby-Doo episode. And that was the one that they used in those. So I think I might have to go with that Superpowers Scooby-Doo /1. So.
You know, the McFarlane one that they did of it's not terrible. It's a little different. I think it's got a feature in the back where the back opens up, or like it's like a booster or a rocket or something, but
it doesn't have the same play features as what we had growing up. It's not bad. It's still got the look of it.
Yeah, and I have to get it. I have the Robin. I have the green trunk. I have the green tights Robin. I'm not gonna spend that Kickstarter one to get the shorty shorts Robin, because that's the Robin that I need to go with my other Batman, but I'm not going to buy that Bat sub. But I really want to have that Batman and Robin with the Batmobile to just kind of complete that set.
The iconic look.
I will say live action, the 66 with the fucking rocket in the back and the flames, and they would do that like where they would speed up the video so it looked like it was going really fast, but it was just they sped up the reel. Like, dude, that was awesome.
It's classic, man.
Yeah.
And you know, honestly, out of all the stuff that McFarlane's doing, the new Superpowers is pretty cool. But I gotta say, like, I don't like a whole lot of the DC multiverse stuff, but every single one of those 66 Batman that he comes out with, they're freaking awesome toys. They got a great look to them. Nobody else was giving us 66 Batman. Give the Todd father what crap you will. At least he's doing that pretty good. And he's giving you obscure villains too from 66 Batman, like Eggman and stuff.
Todd puts out enough figures that it's like it's one of those lines where it's like, I know I'm not gonna like everything. I don't need to collect everything. But every year he's gonna put out a handful of figures that I'm gonna fucking love, and I'm definitely gonna get those. So it's definitely a pick and choose line for me.
Sure, you're not gonna like every single one.
Something that hits me in the feels, he really hits it. So,
and the 66 play sets are probably the best portion of that too.
Yeah,
have you picked up any of those?
Green Lantern? Hell yeah. I'm loving the Superpowers line. I wish we would get more of the characters we had and not so much of the filler shit that they like the what is it, the heavy metal Joker and the like all that other like dude, give me Green Arrow, give me Cyborg, give me a Dr. Fate, you know.
But like this Kilowog is badass.
The Kilowog is cool. But they put out some figures that I was like, I really just don't care about. Like,
and like I can't wait
later. That's fine. But give me some of these ones that we really loved as kids.
Well, he released like 2 Nightwings back to back. Like, okay,
well,
we have waited a couple of waves.
They did like the Nightfall Batman, and then they did like the modern Nightwing, and but then the Robins, they did like the black tights Robin, and then the green tights Robin, and then
now the no tights Robin.
And now they have the no tights Robin, which is part of that crowdfunding whatever thing, and that pisses me off. I'll die on that hill. I just can't believe they did that.
I will say, Anthony, I've seen a lot of people say that they want the vehicle and they don't want the Robin. So I don't think that that's going to be a hard thing to find by itself.
We need let's put it out there in the internet. We need to help me a Robin.
So if there's anybody out there watching this on replay, because let's be honest, there's not many of you watching live right now.
Is it just us?
If you're getting that vehicle that comes with the Robin with no pants, Anthony has a hankering for Robin with no pants.
I need a pantsless boy wonder, please.
Can we say that on YouTube?
Oh wait, this isn't Purple Gang, is it? This isn't where I park my car.
All right, well, let's kind of tell everybody where we're at. So tomorrow, Saturday Day Live, Ryan, 6 p.m. Is that where you guys are going?
Yes, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because the East Coast is the best coast. Just saying.
There you go. So I'm sure they'll be talking about toys, probably be talking about mythics. I know they're going to be talking some wrestling. So tune in and check them out. Those are great guys. That'll be on the Hedgehog Action YouTube channel. Anthony, tell the folks where they can find you at.
I'm everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. I'm
he is the Toy Forge.
I am. Yeah. I make little heads.
Little heads, a bunch of cool weapons.
I do. I make little
Every now and then burn some wood that looks badass.
I do. I need to get back into that again. It's been a while since I've fracked any wood. Instagram, Facebook, Toy Forge. Find me running Kings Under the Mountain, Dwarven Facebook group for Mythic Legions.
Yep. If you like dwarves, Kings Under the Mountain, definitely the place to be. So
I'm working on it brand new.
Ooh, look at that. Hold on. Let me embiggen that. That's awesome looking.
Yeah, nice.
A little rock and stone.
Heck yeah.
Gorgeous.
I love that.
Galactic Miner.
Cool.
One of the Kevin Olsen claws that's
is that
claw spins around and all that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
hold on, let me see that again.
It spins around.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's neat. Beautiful.
So Legion's Con, I think I'm up to 25 customs I have done already.
You got like a whole island of people with you, right?
I do. It's our first alliance. We've got in addition to just the named people, we also have a couple, guys with us. So in addition to myself, it'll be Matt Stein and my brother with us, and then Kings Under the Mountain. It'd be Steph Detour with us, Your Legions, Giovanni will be with us, Mythic Bits, Chris Ferrone will be with us, Mike, Immortal Customs, Borderland Horde, the Malignancy. I want to say, I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I have to look at it's a very in-depth list, but we're actually going to take over where the Old Horseman area was, because they're going to move over into the other section. And we're going to take our island and invert it. So instead of shopping from the outside, you're going to walk on the inside of the island and navigate through so that you'll, engage with all of us. So you'll be able to see everything from the outside and shop from the inside. So it's 360 degrees of available space to interact and engage. So we'll be able to display stuff, have it for sale, and no wasted space there at all.
Cool. Tanya says she loves the Ram set. So.
I love what she did with that. She used that for her.
And then Brad's asking if you've talked to Saba to see if you have the Cosmic Dwarf mech file.
I have not, and I could probably say with certainty that I'm sure Saba is going to keep that for some project at a later date. But
rainy day. All right.
Yeah. Well, never know. You never know. Never say never in the third-party studio community.
Well,
you never know.
I tell you what, folks, if you're doing customizing and you either need weapons or you need something for a dwarf, hit Anthony up at the Toy Forge, PM him, whatever. If he doesn't have it, he can definitely tell you where to get it. So cool. Joe Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
No Joe G live tomorrow. You gonna be traveling? I'm guessing.
So I am gonna be traveling, but we're gonna do the live.
Oh,
the watch along. Yeah, on Rick's channel. But then I've got to sleep for a few hours after that because I got a long ass drive ahead of me. But
and then Monday we should be doing Legion's Quest, right?
We should be if Trevor and Jesse are back from being bastards at IshCon.
Okay. And nothing on Sunday, no plans to do anything while shooting the shelves on. Not going to try to compete with us this week.
I'll be driving home. So I watch you guys, like where you come on, I can watch the first hour and then I hit the mountains and
gotcha.
Then I have to catch the rest on the replay. But
hey, I had to give you shit. I've been playing.
I can't compete with you guys. Curtis,
I've been waiting. I've been waiting to give you shit for a week. We got like a 72-hour session planned. You're gonna be doing here soon.
I'm planning on 136. I'm just gonna stream for like a half a week because fucking I have no life, and that's
Just
what I
make
do.
sure you stop it every 12 hours.
Every
and
12
let
hours to
post,
let it
and then
upload.
start up a new one. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Nope. This week we're gonna do a much more normal, which is still long as hell, live stream. Of course, we'll be doing the clubhouse tomorrow, starting at. I put the start time at 10 p.m., which is just about when we start every week anyway, because we never go on time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so starting out tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time, hanging out with this guy. We're going to be doing a live stream with Brick Something and Action Figs over on Brick's channel. Then, of course, Clubhouse afterwards. I have no plans to stream on Sunday, but that's never stopped me before. And yeah, Mondays I'm typically just done, and it's work. Crappy. The work week starts. I don't know. I like my kidulting weekends that I enjoy. So
beautiful.
Hell yeah.
And I will hopefully be doing Legion's Quest on Monday. Sunday night, Shooting the Shelf on the Just Shelve It YouTube channel. We do have Bear Blaze, Artist of the Year, according to somebody. Oh, that's me. So yeah, tune in to see him. Yeah, I think that's I should be on in backstage on PGG tomorrow, which will be after the reveal from Four Horsemen. So yeah, tune in to Four Horsemen tomorrow and the Four Horsemen YouTube channel and see what the reveal special is and what kind of new cosmic coolness we're getting. So
much goodness for
until then, check out Deadpool Wolverine if you haven't. Check out the new Batman series, and we will catch you guys next week. See ya.